Hello, how we doing? Welcome to the live stream. 1 second. Bring my phone up here. How's everybody doing today? Welcome to the live stream. Oh, can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? Is it good? I'm going to try a little experiment. First, once I see that you guys can hear me, I'm going to make a change to my audio. You're saying good. Okay. So, I've been experimenting with trying to make my audio sound better during these live streams because usually for my videos, I process the audio after I do the recording, either with this mic or my DJI mic if I'm outside, or just the iPhone mic if the DJI mic is not working like it didn't at the beach the other day. But so yeah, I process the audio to make it sound a little bit better, make some adjustments to the equalizer, things like that. I've just installed something that I hope is going to make this sound better, and I just need to turn this on. So I'm going to click a button, and then I want to tell me if it sounds better. So you ready? Let me go ahead and press this. There. Do I sound better? Does that sound better? Let me know. And I'm looking at the real-time chat to see if this sounds better. It should, but I don't know. I've been trying to test it. Sounds better. Yes, sounds the same to me. Same. Can't really hear much of a difference. Okay, I guess it would sound different, like the, how do I say this? The better the listening experience you have, so whether that's headphones or really good speakers, if you have high quality, like if you have headphones on, I'm thinking you really should tell a difference. If you just listening from your iPhone speakers, then maybe perhaps you can't tell a difference. But a little darker maybe, about the same, sounds the same. Yep, but better for the audio files. Okay, that's what I'm wondering. Headphones sounds deeper. Okay. Should sound a little deeper, like boosting the bass, but also boosting the highs as well, the treble. Anyways, we'll see. We'll see. I'll listen to this back once this live stream is over, but that'll be in a couple hours. So, who's here? And do you have any questions? I got a few things to talk about. Some of you may have noticed that I've been dropping in on some other people's live streams this week. 3 others so far. If you're a first time, actually, well, first of all, I should say, if you're first time viewer to my live streams, then welcome. It's really nice to have you here. And if you're returning, welcome back. And yeah, so I've been talking about live streaming a lot lately. And I've been trying some new things. I've been live streaming from the beach. Was going to do it from the boat on the weekend, but it didn't cooperate, so went to the beach. But that's fun too. And I try to do that at different times, not at this time, so that perhaps other people around the world who also watch my videos may have a chance to listen in and sit in on a live stream. So yeah, I've been trying that. I've also dropped in on a couple of other live streams and just kind of appeared in their chat without them realizing that I was going to do that. And it's just, I don't know, I feel like it's fun. Like if I subscribe to a lot of people who subscribe to me, and if I see that anyone's going live, I may drop in. And the more I think about it, the more I feel like I should do that even more. So maybe that will encourage you who may be on the fence about doing lives to maybe do it. And let me know when you are. I may drop in and say hi. All right, so there's that. And what else? Audio setup, did something new. Yeah, I went live from the beach. I joined others live in the chat. Oh, and I also joined, okay, so Brian G. Johnson had a live stream yesterday that I showed up in his chat, and it was awesome. He had a lot of people show up. I mean, I think it was the first live he's done in a long time, and I think he had like 100 viewers in there at one point, and getting lots of views since. So that was awesome. He streamed for 2 hours. That was pretty cool. I couldn't stay for the whole 2 hours. So that was one, and I highly recommend you check that out if you haven't. He's pretty cool and has got lots of good information. Another one I dropped in on was YouTube Over 40. Karen had a live stream going, and that was fun. She actually had several people into her live, similar to what I did a couple weeks ago with the Creators Corner when I had Brian and Ty Myers and Alexis Saranoia on to my live stream. And that was fun, and I think that was fun for you guys, although I couldn't answer any of your questions because we just kept talking. So yeah, Karen had something similar going on, so I showed up in their live chat, and that was fun. And then the other one was also yesterday. Brooke Sears had a live chat that I joined in on, and she did something a little bit different, which is cool. And that is she was bringing on her live guests into her live stream. So not premeditated like the way I did it with Brian, Ty, and Alexa a couple weeks ago. This was like off the cuff. You show up in the live chat. Hey, do you want to join me on the live stream like right now? And that's what she did. And she had several people in there, and I was one of them. And that was a lot of fun. And it got me thinking, maybe I should do some of that. Like, what do you guys think? Would any of you be interested in coming on live, like kind of last minute, like, hey, do you want to do this? I've been researching it a bit today, like figuring out how to do that. The way Brooke did it was with StreamYard. I use Ecamm Live, but it's got an interview feature. I don't have to use Zoom. It's got the same feature or similar that StreamYard does. So it's a matter of me sending out a link. And I think the way I would do it is probably through Instagram. Like if any of you are interested in doing that, send me a DM to my Instagram, which is Rob the Maritimer. I mean, I think I have a link to that in my description below. So let's just do that right now. I'm not going to do it right now, but if you want to message me right now, perhaps a little later on in today's live, we'll look at that. And if not, then like we'll see how things go. But anyways, yeah, if you send me a message and then let me know that you want to join me live, and then what I would do is send you a link back that you would click, and then you show up in my green room, it's called, and then I can add you. So, and I haven't set up any scenes for this, but anyways, that's where my mind's going. I really think lives are such a huge opportunity for anybody wanting to grow a YouTube channel. It really levels up everything else you're doing, whether it's long forms, short forms, whatever. And it's just a really, it's almost like, I don't want to say it's a cheat code, but like that's not accurate, but I feel like YouTube really does promote people who are going live. Not only that, but if you do go live, then your viewers are much more apt to want to connect with you, and they're interested in seeing you interact with them on a live basis, and it just helps grow your community, grow your channel. So anyways, there's my intro thing. What else? I've had one video out since last week, and that was last Thursday's. It's actually doing quite well. I haven't had a video out since then. I'm going away tomorrow for a week, so next Tuesday's live stream is a little up in the air in terms of whether I'm going to have it or not. If I do, it'll be from Vancouver. I'm going out on a little trip with my son to do a little golfing and then whatever else we decide to do. So may do that on Tuesday because I'm not back until next Thursday morning. So that's what's going on with me. What's going on with you? Let me jump into the chats and see if any of you have answered any of the questions that I asked, and see who's here. What do we got here? Got a question right off the bat. Louise Danielle. Question, I started a channel years ago, didn't post much, but I have 67 subscribers. I want to start again. Is it best to start a new channel for the algorithm or reuse my old one? The topic will be the same. If the topic is the same, you could just pick up where you left off. But quite honestly, if it's been years, a lot of your 67 subscribers may not be active anymore. They may not even log into YouTube every day, like perhaps maybe they did when they subscribed to you. They may have moved on. They may have other interests. People don't generally go through and unsubscribe to the channels they're subscribed to if they change hobbies or change interests, right? They may just be dormant subscribers. So because of that, my mind would be maybe just start a new channel. But if you already have Actually, you said you didn't post much. So I was going to say if you already had a lot of content there, then perhaps just pick it up where you left off. As long as you start up again consistent and you post consistently all the time, you can revive that channel. So it's really up to you. I don't think it makes a huge difference which way you go. But whatever you do, just be consistent and upload new stuff. And good luck to you. Super Ager Saga's here. How you doing? Good to see you. Feels like fall in Hudson Valley, New York. We've got a super chat, but before I get to that, so Churchill, thank you so much for the super chat. What happens if I click this? Let's try this. Yeah, you know what? The sound's not working. I might have messed that up, so I apologize, but thank you for the super chat. The other thing that's going on is how come I can't get rid of that? All right. The other thing that's going on is my Stream Deck is still not working. So I don't know what's up with that. So I have to click to change scenes up here. If I want to click to change to my iPhone, I have to click here in Ecamm Live. Let's go back to the main camera. Or I can click to, share my screen. Do I even know how to do that? Yeah, it's right here. There's my screen if I ever want to show you guys something. But yeah, when I click the super chat thing, no sound. But anyways, I'll get to your super chat. Thank you, Churchill. Your question was, is it better to do 16:9 or 21:9 live streams? I would say it depends on what kind of content you normally make. Like people typically will specialize in either long form videos or short form. So whatever your specialty is, I would go with that. So I'm partial to long form, so I would go widescreen. I've never live streamed vertically. But hey, I mean, you can. A lot of people watch YouTube on their phones. For me, it's around a third. It's pretty close to a third. Phones, computers, TVs for me. But that's different from everybody. So maybe check to see how how your viewers are typically watching your content, and maybe that'll help you make your decision. So thanks again for the super chat. I appreciate that. All right, let's see. We've got Line Overland is here, the accidental software engineer. Hello. Almost ready to post my first video. That's awesome. Congrats. I'm just going to keep an eye on the live chat too to see. Oh, the share screen had an echo. Oh, okay. I think you were talking about one of the other lives I dropped in on, perhaps. Okay, let me get back to just going down the chat here. Oh, 20 minutes to go. That already passed. Rosanny is here. How you doing, Rosanny? And Nicola, I never know if I should say Nicola or Nicola. So I don't know how you would type that out to explain that to me, but hello and welcome. Let's see. I have bread in the oven. So excited. That's awesome. That's awesome. I can smell it from here. All right. So let's see. Who else we got here? Mike's Adventure Sparks from Minnesota. How you doing, Mike? Sophia's here from Portugal. How you doing, Sophia? Lego Tours from Northern Ireland. Hello. Good to see you. Donnie Gray, what's up? What's up with you? Mike is here at work and can't stay, but good luck and thanks for all the help. No problem, Mike. Thanks for stopping in. Doctor's appointment for William. Sorry to hear that. Hope everything's all right, William. I'm doing great, Flagler Nature Girl. How you doing? Nicola is from Italy. William's also Minnesota. Mike has a question. Anybody else with an Apple phone and iPad have troubles joining YouTube page? I have researched how to join, tried their ways, and still cannot find the join button. Really? Where is the join button on an iPad? You know what? Let's try to find that out. Where is the join button on an iPad for people to join my channel? And I could be sharing this with you guys if I find the right, here we go. Okay, so I just asked ChatGPT. On an iPad, the join button for your YouTube channel might not always appear in the same place as it does on a desktop, but here's where people can typically find it. Go to your channel page, tap your profile, or search for your channel. Just look below your channel banner. Oh, my channel banner, I guess. Yeah, if you go to my channel page. Would that work? Because I've got an iPad here. Is it connected? Yeah. Let's go to Safari. Now, it might not show up for me because it's my account. You know what I mean? I'm logged in. But if I go to YouTube and then go to, what am I doing here? No, that's the wrong thing. Go to the YouTube app on an iPad, and if I go to my channel, view channel, no, I don't see it there. I'm not sure. What else is it saying? If you don't see the join button, ask them to update their YouTube app to the latest version. Make sure you're not using YouTube in restricted mode, which can hide the join button. Remind them the YouTube memberships aren't available in all countries or regions, but Canada is supported. It's only saying that because I'm in Canada. So yeah, you could, depending on where you are, that might be it. If I were you, I would ask ChatGPT, have a similar conversation that I did here, and then explain your specific situation, what version, what iPad you have, what version are you using. Maybe try logging in using Safari or Google Chrome, like a browser, and not just the iPad app, and that might help. So I hope that helps. All right, who else we got here? Lots of people. What do we? 109 people here. Now, did you see that tail go by? Okay, I'm just scrolling here looking for more questions. I've never seen a cat with a haircut before. Oh, let me change my screen. How do I do so? I'm going to be real slow on changing my screen because here, say hi. Say hi. Say hi, Peanut. Hi. Hi. Look up. Anyway, all right, now why don't you go over here? I'll move the iPad for you. Okay. We'll put the cat cam on her. How's that? Yeah, no, she gets a haircut at least once a year. Because otherwise the fur is everywhere. Fur is everywhere. Nerdy Duckling from India. How you doing, Nerdy Duckling? I like the name. Daphne's here. How you doing, Daphne? Flagler Nature Girl. How are you? Someone's Garden. Hello, Rob and Peanut. This is Peanut for those who don't know. Okay, let me keep scrolling, see if I see any other questions here. How's everybody doing? Oh, Lavonda is here. Lavonda rocks. How you doing? Good to see you again. Connected Community is in Abbotsford, BC. I wonder how close that is to Whistler. I'm going to be in Whistler next week, but I think my son's going to keep me pretty busy. Hi, Rob. I was all about the alternative before. Gadget Lady Canada. Okay, cool. Well, I remember that name too. Ontario, I think, Canada. Welcome back, or welcome new channel name. Kate Does Nature. Good morning, afternoon, evening to all. Yeah, who knows? It could be all, depending on where people are watching from. Good to see you, Kate. We got you. We don't need no stinking badges. What's that from? That's from a movie. I know that it's. I don't remember which one it is. Ron at CTV. I realized I like the editing much more than the recording using CapCut. I'm not camera shy or anything. I just not enjoying the recording. Maybe I should think about editing for Fiverr instead. Well, you could start that way. That's kind of how I started, editing for other people. Monticello, Minnesota. Cool. Okay, now we're getting to the sounds better. So I changed my, sounds the same to me. Okay, get through. Can't really hear much difference. Jessica Lawler from Alabama. How you doing, Jessica? I'm at work, and one goal after getting my YouTube channel started is to go from full-time to part-time here. That's a great goal to have. Good luck with that. Sounds the same to the traveling Texan. About the same to Mike. A little deeper. All right, let me scroll a little bit more. A lot better for the audio files. Yeah. Oh, you have headphones in and it sounds the same. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Okay, why don't you move over there? I can't patch you the whole time. I can't do more than one thing at once. All right. Don't unplug anything though. Anybody here gone live before? How about we go there? Carolyn is in California. Hello, Carolyn. Good to see you again. Lego Tour is going live soon. Awesome. Awesome. Echoes of Iron, saw you at Brian Johnson. Very cool. Simone Smith, first time here from Mission, BC. Welcome. Thanks for stopping in. Howdy, everyone. Ron is here. Good to see you again, Ron. Michelle from Fort Worth, Texas. Very cool. Very cool. All right, who else we got? You always sound okay to me. I appreciate that. Thank you. I've got pretty good speakers here, I guess, and that's why I can really notice the difference between good audio and really good audio and not so good audio. So maybe I put too much thought into that. It probably doesn't matter so much. But I do get a lot of compliments on the audio in my videos. So that was kind of why I was trying to improve the audio in my live streams to make it sound somewhat close to how it normally sounds. Okay, no, you can't go back there. You're going to unplug stuff. Here you go. Holy cow. You guys still here? Sound levels are good? See the hair flying around? All right. She's trying to walk behind my monitor, which is where the dock and the hub is, and something back there is probably why the Stream Deck's not working, but I was under the desk. I unplugged it, replugged it in. That's not working. Oh, my. We just roll with it, though, right? Just roll with it. Jason is here. How you doing, Jason? I saw you in one of the lives yesterday, I think. Was it Brian's, I think? I think it was. I think it was Brian's. Awesome. Jason's in New Brunswick. Do you guys see that cat hair floating around? Or is it just me? Probably just me. Crazy. I came to Rob's channel to if he uses thumbnails in his lives, and he is live right now. LOL. Yeah. Actually, I should give another shout out to Brian Johnson, because I don't know if any of you guys noticed, but my thumbnail today looked a little bit different because I loved the look of Brian's yesterday. And so I opened up Canva and I made one very similar, except I added my cat. So use the same little graphic that you can get out of Canva. Yeah, so thanks, Brian, for the idea. And if you're wondering if I copied your thumbnail idea, yes, I did. I did, because I love the look of it. I didn't see a copyright thing anywhere, though, so I figured I was safe. Brian goes very deep on stuff. He certainly does. Yeah, no, he's good. He's real good with the thumbnails. Thumbnail testing. He's a big believer in that. And I was never testing thumbnails before I guess watched some of his videos where he suggested it. And now I do it. Still not every time. I know he does it every time, like testing 2 and maybe 3 thumbnails every time. But for me, it's usually if I'm not sure what text to use that pairs well with the title I've chosen. That's what I use the testing for sometimes. If I don't know what text to put on my thumbnail, I'll choose 2 or 3 options. And I'll put them, I'll always use the same background. That's the kind of, like if you're testing something, it's best if you only change one variable and then test it, see which works best. Because if you change 2 things, if you change the text and you change the background image of your thumbnail, then if you notice a difference in the performance of the 2 thumbnails or 3, how do you know what made the difference? Was it the background image or was it the text? So, you can test it both ways. If you really know that you like that text, then maybe leave your text the same, but change the background image, right? Try different background images, see which one works best. Yeah, and then you can stop the test at any time. You can log into your studio, you can see which one is doing the best, And if you have one getting 60% of the watch hours and the other one getting 40%, I'd stop the test right there and choose the 60% one, and everybody sees that from then on. But if they're close, I usually let it run longer. Maybe even check the next day. If they're still close, at that point, it probably doesn't matter, so I may just choose the one that I like the best. So anyways, Brian is a big believer in that, and I am too. Niall Wilson, I'm thinking about starting a channel but need help on camera and mic. Not expensive. Via Amazon. POS via Amazon. So not expensive, camera and mic. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that maybe you have a phone already. If you've already got a smartphone that's got a camera in it, that's all you need. You do not need a camera. If your phone is within 6-7 years old or newer, it's just fine. That's all you need. Quite honestly, lighting would improve the look of even bad cameras. Lighting makes a huge difference. Can make a bad camera look really good. Bad lighting can make a really expensive camera look horrible, right? So lighting is actually more important. Just use your phone if you have one. And then for a mic, if you want to keep your expenses down, just use a little cheap lapel mic that plugs into your phone. You can get those for around $20 US, 25 maybe. That's what I would do if I had limited funds and I wanted to start somewhere. If I then come into some money and I have some money to spend, the first thing I'd probably upgrade is a mic. And I would perhaps get a wireless mic. Just gives you more freedom. You know, you're not tethered to your phone if you have a wireless mic, and you can walk away from your phone and still be loud in your videos. So that's what I would suggest. All right, let's see what else we got here. Okay, now we're getting to the Rumble Studio does that too. Okay, cool. I don't know Rumble Studio. Absolutely. So I think we're talking about the having people go live. I would, but I am 13. Is that okay? That's a good question. I don't know. I can't really stop you, so I don't know. That's a good question. I don't normally get 13-year-olds watching my content, but you're welcome here. Thank you. Yeah, no, I'm not sure. That's a good question. Under age in my live streams, question mark. I'm going to look that up and try to figure out an answer to that. You stumped me. Impromptu guests could be fun. I think it could be. I think having guests is a great idea, minus me, okay? So via the camera on the phone? Yeah, I guess if you're watching on a phone, it would be. Yeah, you can do it. So the way it would work, would sound like a motor trying, it sounded like my boat trying to get started. Anyways, I'm being silly now. Yeah, I would send you a browser link, okay? I would send you a browser link. Then it's up to you whether you go click that from your phone or from a computer, okay? So that's how it works. And then, yeah, if you do it from your phone, presumably it would you'd be using your phone's camera. So you'd want to use the selfie mode, right? Because you want to still also be able to see me, like the whole thing, okay? So yeah, that's how that would work. And it would use your phone's mic as well, or whatever mic you have plugged into your phone if you have something plugged into your phone. You can do it with Zoom. I have one I do on Zoom and live broadcasts on YouTube. Yes, excuse me. Yes, Ron. With Ecamm, you can do it either way. So when I've done the having the guests on my live streams, when I've planned them, right? So I've done several one-on-ones where I brought somebody in and we had a chat. Call it an interview if you want, but more like a chat. So Old Mike, Alexa Serenoya, Brian Johnson, Kevin Colby, my son. I had several people on that way, and I used Zoom. And in Ecamm, I used Zoom for Ecamm. It has an integration if you go with the Pro plan. So that's how I did it. People joined my Zoom meeting that I set up ahead of time, and then I launched it from Ecamm, the Zoom meeting. They joined, and then I brought them into Ecamm. So that's great. But the other way you can do it with Ecamm, and also with StreamYard, is they have a built-in interview feature which takes away a lot of those steps. So I can just send a link. Like I could copy this link and send it to all you in this chat right now, but then it probably wouldn't work. Like I think only 4 people can go in at one time, maybe 5. You know, if 6 of you tried, like you'd get it's busy or something is what I think would happen. So that's why I'm thinking using Instagram as like an intermediary step. And I could send you, so if people messaged me in Instagram, I could then reply with that link to people as I want to, basically. And then that's it. There's no need to set up a Zoom meeting and then integrate that. So yeah, so that's how it works. A little bit different. Another super chat, Lauren's Self-Love Studio. Thank you so much. Again, no noise, but here we go. Thank you so much, Lauren. I really appreciate it. Again, noise is not working because my Stream Deck's not working in the way I've got it set up here. But you said, hi, Rob, my messages in the chat. I just didn't see the super chat option when I wrote it. Oh, okay. So you sent a message then. Let me look for that. Let me look for your message. And there it is. So I'm going to scroll down here and I'll find it here and I will throw it on the screen. There we go. There's your question. So glad to be catching your live. I always enjoy them so much. If you ever look at channels again, I would love your opinion on where I can improve. No problem. No problem. Cool. If you ever decide to go live, let me know and perhaps I will join in. But yeah, I do offer channel reviews as a service for people who want that. And then what I do, and there's a link in the description below for that. I've never really reviewed channels live. I don't do that. I wouldn't have time to do that. But those who want a live channel review, what I do is I make a video of myself walking through your video, or sorry, walking through your channel, checking out some of your videos and giving you suggestions. So that could be an option, but yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much. Now, the only thing with doing this way, oh, I just noticed Lashona Success says you should not be in here if you are not 18 and up. YouTube guidelines. Okay, I was wondering about that. I don't know. Hello? Can people hear me? Hello? Had some difficulties. I'm just starting this back up again. I will check the chat in just 1 second. I just got to bring up my, this says I'm live again. I hear you, Rob, and I can see you. Yes, you're back. Wow. All right. Awesome. 1 second. Well, now, wasn't that fun? I missed this, so apologies if you've been asked already. Yeah, no, I'm going to have to go back into the chat a little bit. So yeah, had a little bump in the internet here. What did you guys see while I was gone? My camera was still on, but the internet was gone. So I don't know what I missed. Let's see. I thought I was going to have to restart a new live stream, but this seemed to, Peanut pulled the plug on you. Well, you know, no, I don't think so. The whole internet was down in the house. So comes with going live. I thought it was the end. No, wasn't the end. Okay, I'm just going to look at the current chat just to see what else we got. I saw a frozen screen, Rebecca says. Oh, you're back. Yeah. So I wonder if this is still going to be the same stream. I think so. But anyways, sorry about that, guys, and welcome back to take 2 of the live stream. Yeah, I don't even know what I was talking about. This is the first time this has happened to me, with an interruption in the internet like that. I wonder, I still sound okay? Welcome back. Thank you, Farrier Trails. Oh, Rebecca's got a question. Do you know if there's any possible way to contact YouTube directly? I've tried to figure out why a few of my videos will not pick up chapters from timestamps. Would love to ask them. I do not know how to directly contact them. I've never done that, and I've heard some people have trouble getting a hold of them. And why a few of your videos will not pick up chapters from timestamps, I'm not sure. The one thing that I know you have to do, well, if you say some of your videos working and some aren't, then I'm not sure. But I know people who don't have their accounts verified, it doesn't work. And I know people with brand new channels, sometimes it takes a while before that feature to start working. Just make sure everything is set up in your account. Like there's some advanced features that don't get unlocked until you've done certain things to your account. Might have something to do with that, but I'm not sure. Let's just see, what reasons could there be for YouTube channels not working? No, YouTube chapters not being picked up by timestamps. Let's see what we get here. Missing the required format, but I don't think that's the case. Not enough chapters. You need at least 3 timestamps. Okay, I didn't know that, but you need at least 3. So that's one thing. Timestamps too close together. If your chapter timestamps are too close together, like every 5 seconds, they may be rejected. Chapters may be manually disabled. You might have this line in your description: key moments not detected. That would work. That would turn it off. Or, okay, actually, let me show you this. Just in case any of these things might be what's going on. Okay, so here's my ChatGPT. So this is where I ask the question. And yeah, so if you have this typed in anywhere, I guess that could disable them. If you have this in there, that could disable them. If you're using a comment instead of the description, only timestamps in the video description trigger visual chapters on the player. Extra characters or formatting issues, okay? Or a YouTube glitch or delay. Sometimes YouTube just takes longer to process them. So I don't know if that helps you, but I hope it does. Let's see, what do I have going on here? Got a lot of glitches going on today with the... But we're getting through it. We're getting through it. Back up to 96 viewers again. It fell down to like 40 some. So that's okay though. The diehards all stuck around, right? Oh, we've got another super chat that I almost missed. Let me go find that here. Right here. Lucky and Love Slots. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Where is the... I can play you the picture, but there's no sound today with my super chats. Unfortunately, sorry about that, but let's see, what's your question? Some of the best creator advice we've gotten. Thanks, Rob. We are still grinding, but enjoy the journey. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you very much, and continued success to you. Awesome. Here we go. I can't seem to activate subtitles. Might be because I naturally mumble. Well, I mean, yeah, if YouTube has a hard time understanding what you're saying, that could be an issue for sure. Ron S.C. says, don't apologize. If you're talking to me, I have a hard time not apologizing because I'm Canadian and that's what we do. But I won't apologize. Echo, echo, echo. Is there an echo? There would be. Oh, wow. Okay, let me stop that.
If you ever want...
Okay, I had to close some windows to make sure those weren't running. All right. Apologize. I always apologize. Let me go back up to see what other questions I might have missed. Your cleaner windows just got 1,000 and monetized. Congratulations. Well done. Well done. Interesting how the chat still worked. The chat still worked while I was gone? That is interesting. That is interesting. Okay, so all right, let me just back up here. Oh no, we lost. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to go through it's buffering. Okay. When and if you interview people, just click or just include other people in your content should you have them sign a legal release of some sort. I mean, yeah, I suppose those are the types of things you have to think about, right? You know, I mean, if people say anything inappropriate, I could just delete them, but then maybe it's too late. Good point. Good question. Something to think about for sure. Peanut attacked the internet cable, I think. Yeah. Oh no, we lost Rob. I'm back. Maybe the cat stepped on a cable. Just lost the stream. It's totally frozen. Under 18 should be in school by law. Depends on where you live, I suppose. Peanut pulled a wire. Yeah, I'm buffering. Okay, here we go. We can just chat amongst ourselves. Yeah, you don't need me. Just chat amongst yourselves. Just when we're getting deep into it. Yeah, and Peanut's not in the room anymore, by the way. All right, I'm back. I'm back. Uh-oh, we might have lost Gadget Lady, I was going to say Lady Gaga. Lady Canada. All right, wow, we got a lot. Okay, let me go to the current chats here. Let's see, we've got Sarah Edens. Hey, Rob, I'm new here. Your videos have been a big help to me. Thank you for your hard work. Awesome, Sarah. Congratulations on getting started. Did you say you're getting started? Maybe not. Thank you for stopping in. All right. Searching for a question now. Might have to start a new stream, I see. So be ready for that. Yeah, that's what I thought I was going to have to do. I thought I was going to have to close it out, and but when I came back in here, Ecamm was still running, and it gave me a button where I can click to reconnect. So I did. I tried that before I left, and it didn't work because the internet was down. But yeah, live and learn. Say, I learned something today. Here's a question I can answer. Ontario Outdoor Adventure, thanks for the question. If you were to start YouTube all over again, what would you do different if you were just starting out? I would not buy all the gear that I bought. Okay, I would just do it with my camera, with my cell phone. That's all I would. I would not buy this camera. I would not buy. I've got a couple of cameras. Probably not even this mic. I've bought this mic like 4 years ago. But now with my outdoor videos, I use the DJI wireless mic. I would just use that in here. But since I have this, I'm using it. So I would have spent a whole lot less money, and I would have started talking to the camera sooner than I did. Now, the 3 years that I spent not talking to the camera and making tutorial videos were not a complete waste of time. You know, I got pretty good at editing my videos and, you know, putting myself in a circle on top of my screen, sharing that I was doing and making videos that way. So I learned a lot, and I leveled things up, my editing and things like that. So not a complete waste, but things didn't really start taking off for me until I started doing live streams. I started posting more consistently, and then I started talking to the camera. That's what really did it. So yeah, I would just, if I had started with just my phone, and that's really all you need. That's all a lot of really successful people use, phone. Maybe a good mic, maybe some good lights if they're filming inside at night and they don't want to use the overhead light in their rooms, which I don't recommend you do. But yeah, that's what I would do different. Maximiliano Nascimento. I hope I said that right. I started my walking tour channel using my own name, but it's not very catchy. Apologize if I didn't say it properly. Should I rebrand with a more creative name? What do you think? You could, absolutely. If you're concerned that people might not be able to pronounce your name, if you're okay with with maybe using an abbreviated version of your name, like Maxim or Maxi or Max, right? You could do that. I typically think there's no, I mean, a lot of people do, but it's not necessary to put your last name in your channel name either. You could, like what I do, Rob the Maritimer. That's not my last name. It's just, I live in the Maritimes, Maritime Province of Canada. So that's what I called my name. But I have my first name in there. So you could do something similar to that, or leave your last name in there if you want. But if you think people are going to have a hard time remembering it or typing it or using it to search for you, then you might want to consider using something else. But whatever you're comfortable being called as a first name, be it Max or whatever else, if there's something like that or some version of that you're comfortable with, that's probably what I would go with on my channel name. It was stuck, but we figured it out. Or Eastlink turned us back on, more likely. Rob, hello, I can hear you. He's back. Okay, I know where I am now. Let me just keep scrolling, looking for some questions here. All right, never mind. It went away again? Okay. Now, if I want to put that up there, then I can probably, okay. Figured that one out. You saw a black screen and no sound. All right. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, I answered that one. How's everybody doing? So what do you guys think about, I think I've already asked that, yeah, but about bringing people on. Is anybody interested in joining this live today? What else can go wrong, right? I could do that. If you're interested, look me up on Instagram. It's Rob the Maritimer, and I think there's a link to my Instagram below. Let me just kind of confirm that if I go to one of my videos and stop it. Do I have that in there? I might not. What if you go to my channel and click more. Yeah, it's in there. So it's Rob _ the Maritimer. Okay, that's how you'd find me. And send me a DM if you're interested. And if we have time a little bit later, then perhaps we can do that and see how that works. All right. Calamity Camper Van, 3 videos in 10 days. First video got 170 views in 5 days. Second, only 30 in 4 days. Third, released a few hours ago, 10 views, normal, awful, or decent, and keep at it, man. It's hard to say. Like, I think maybe, I wouldn't worry about it too much. I would just work on your next video, right? Just work on your next video. 170 views in 5 days. If that's your first video, I think that's pretty good, quite honestly. Second video only got 30 in 4 days. Well, it might depend on what the content was all about, right? Maybe the people who are your subscribers weren't as interested in your second topic than your first. There's so many things at play. Quite honestly, just make 20 videos, like not all at once. Like get to work on your next video. When that's ready, post it. If you see anything, if it's not doing as well as your other videos, then maybe pivot away from that topic and try something else that's still, talking to your same niche, your same target audience. If something does really well, like maybe the one that you had 170 views in 10 days, that's pretty good. So maybe whatever you were talking about in that video, talk about that in another one. Not exactly, but a slightly different angle perhaps. And keep working on your intros, delivering those intros really quick. Get to the point real quick. Like something I've been saying a lot lately is if you've got 5 minutes of information to give, don't stretch that out into a 10-minute video. People will hate that. In fact, try to make it only a 3 or 4 minute video. Like pack your video with lots of good information. And if you have, let's say you're making a video, I've got 5 tips and stick around to the last one because it's the best. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's old school. give your best tip right off the bat. Right out of the gate, best tip. Boom. There you go. And people will be, whoa, that's a really good tip. What else do you got? And going to listen to the next one. Give your second best tip and just keep going that way. And before you know it, people have watched a lot of your video. So just some things to think about, but try not to worry. Try not to micromanage. Oh, I mean, micromanage is not even the right way to put it because you can't really manage it. You've posted the videos. They're gone. They're in the past. Now you can kind of learn from them, but whatever you're learning from them, apply that to your next video. Work on your next video. That's what content creation is all about. This is not a, and I'm not suggesting that you were thinking this, but a lot of people do think of, or they think that YouTube is some kind of passive income machine that all they have to do is hit the algorithm right and passive income will start flowing. It is not that at all. Not that at all. You know, if I stopped posting videos and doing live streams, sure, some income might keep coming in for a time, but it's eventually going to go down and eventually go away. Okay, I have to keep making videos. Now, if I keep making videos and staying consistent, things should continue to grow. They have been so far, and I'll keep you guys posted as to how things are going. That's kind of part of what I'm doing here, not just helping you get started yourself, but also kind of showing you what I'm going through and what I'm trying and what I'm learning and as I go, right? So hopefully you can learn from my mistakes or my lessons that I've learned. I'll share them and hopefully that helps you guys out. So anyways, I hope that helps, camper van. All right. Right, it's only some of the videos, others work fine. I'm doing nothing different and have researched tirelessly. Yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. I guess now this might be kind of off base, but maybe you don't have to worry about it that much. And the only reason I'm saying that is there was a time about a year ago that I spent a lot of time on chapters. I spent a lot of time, and it was time consuming. Like if I talked about, you know, I felt like that was a really important thing. But I've since decided, for me anyways, now maybe it's different for you, but for me anyways, chapters don't even really matter. Maybe it's the type of content I'm making. And you know, maybe if I was giving a step-by-step tutorial where there were definite defined steps that I wanted to identify in chapters, maybe I'd look at that. But the truth is, I haven't set up chapters in months, many months, like over 6, probably over 8 months. I can't remember the last time I did it. In fact, I believe YouTube will, I check a box when I'm uploading a video that says you want us to, you know, create automatic chapters if we're able to. I say sure, and that's it. So, you know, I don't ever have people telling me, now I think I might have back when I was doing tutorial type videos more, but generally I don't get people coming to me and saying, you know, I wish you would put chapters in there so I could know how to jump right to a certain part of the video. Because really, if you think about it as a content creator, you don't want people jumping around in your video like that, generally speaking. Now, if you're creating like a glossary type video where you're describing how to do a whole bunch of different things, all, you know, that would stand by themselves, then I guess it would make sense. But if I was making a video like that, I might be more inclined to make a whole bunch of videos, smaller ones, each one targeting those individual things. But anyways, again, I don't know if that applies to you. That's just kind of the way I think and where my mind was going with that. I hope it helps. You see hiccups in the connection. Anybody else see hiccups in the connection? How are things working now? Wonder if I can see, if I look at that, no, wrong thing, my network. If I click on that and that's not what I want. Site manager. There we go. Okay, you know, that looks like everything is working. I see the bumps. Anyways, sorry, don't want to bore you with that. Don't want to bore you with that. Wanderbeard, fellow Blue Noser here. Been traveling for the last 15 months across the Americas. Your videos have been great wealth of information. Thank you, Wanderbeard. I like the name. Blue Noser. For those who don't know, a Blue Noser is kind of slang or a nickname for people who live in or are from Nova Scotia. And the reason is we're kind of semi-famous, certainly in Canada, I guess, for the Blue Nose. The Blue Nose is a schooner, which is a type of sailboat that used to win a lot of races, I don't know, 100 years ago. And in fact, the Blue Nose is on the Canadian dime or 10-cent piece. And it was manufactured just like less than an hour from here in Lunenburg, Nova Scotia. And it still gives tours. Actually, the original one sank off of, I want to say Jamaica or Haiti, down in the Caribbean somewhere. But that's back in, I don't know, the 20s or the 40s, like 1940s, I think. I say the 20s. We're in the 20s now, aren't we? 1920s, 1940s, somewhere back there it sank. But they built another one, the Blue Nose 2, and it's still sailing around and gives tours and stuff like that. So anyways, that's called the Blue Nose. So people from Nova Scotia are referred to as Blue Nosers. So there you go. Little lesson there on where we are. Thanks for the Blue Nose explanation. No problem. Echoes of Iron, they call us onions. Alas, Belgium. Onions. Interesting. I've never heard that. Brian G. Johnson's in the house. Used to sell myself, Rob. Actually even got on a boat on a regatta, and it was quite fun. Wicked winds, and the captain needed more weight. Well, I'm glad you were able to provide that extra weight. Awesome. That's cool. Thanks for stopping in, Brian. That was fun joining your live stream yesterday, by the way. That was cool. I see you did it for 2 hours. I couldn't stick around for the whole thing, but really cool. Really good live stream. Sail. You were on a sailboat. That very good. Very good. In a regatta. Cool. Offshore regatta or inshore? Be curious. Yeah, I haven't done a regatta in a long time. All right, let me see if we got any other questions here. Oh, Stephen Russell says sailing is fun. Used to sail small laser boats and also had a motor sailor for a while, but no more sailing for me. I used to race lasers when I was a kid, and I used to teach it. I used to be a sailing instructor. Love lasers. I'd love to get another one. Although I'm a little bigger now, that's not a huge boat. A little tough for me to get under the boom, but it'd be fun. Brian is in the house. Yeah. Catherine's in the house. How you doing, Catherine? Good to see you. Brian says a regatta on a lake in Minnetonka, or rather Minnesota somewhere. I can't remember. I was younger, probably 17 or 18. Very cool. Very cool. Lake racing. I did that once. For those of you who are not into boating or know much about it, here's another fun fact. If you sail in a lake versus if you sail in the ocean, your boat will go faster if it's the same boat in the ocean. And that's because the salt content of the water will float you higher. Okay? Same thing applies if you're swimming, right? If you're able to swim in a lake, you definitely can swim in the ocean because you will float higher. Right? Just breathe in, hold your breath, and you're going to float. If your lungs are big enough, I guess. But yeah, fun fact. And I really noticed that when I sailed in, it was at a Lake Ontario, actually, sailing there. It's like, this boat is feeling sluggish. What's going on? And then it hit me. We're in a lake. This is fresh water. We're not floating as high as you would in salt water. So go figure. Another fun fact for you. Brian says, so cool right now to see the community coming together. This is how it always works. Less about views, more about community. 100%. Love the community. This is great. Brian, I don't know if you were here earlier, but I was talking about joining other people's live streams earlier, and before my internet crapped out and I had to join this again. Anyways, in the last few days, I've joined a few different people in their lives, and it's been a lot of fun, and I think I'm going to do that more. So I'm trying to encourage all of you out there who are wanting to get into YouTube or wanting to level up your YouTube. If you have not considered live streaming, consider it, because it will help. It will help. And if you do it, let me know. I may pop in to one of your live streams and chat with you. I did that with Karen from Over 40. Is that Over 40? No, YouTube Over 40. She had a few people in her live stream a couple days ago, and I joined that. That was a lot of fun. Actually, I see Brooke here. Brooke Sears is here. How you doing, Brooke? Good to see you. I stopped in on her live stream. Was that yesterday? And actually went on. Like she was bringing people in live, which is what I was talking about earlier, that I may try, maybe even today, because I've been kind of looking at see if I can do this. It's going to be rough if I do, but off the cuff. Like before that, I had only ever had people on my lives where I set it up ahead of time and set up a Zoom link and reached out to people well in advance, and then we would do something. And Brian joined me on a one-on-one one time, and Alexa did, and Kevin Colby, and several people. And then a couple weeks ago, I had 3 people in, but that was all pre-planned with a Zoom link and all this stuff. But what Brooke did yesterday was through StreamYard, and I would do it through Ecamm, and that is off the cuff live. Here's a link. Whoever wants to join in. So I think I'm going to do that. But the way I'm going to do it, because I think with Ecamm, you can only have a handful of people join in. And once that's full, people will be getting its full messages. So what I would do is encourage, and maybe you already have, but I encourage anybody who wants to join live to send me a message in my Instagram. And then I could send you a link there. And that way I have a little more control over, how many people I'm sending in. So anyways, let me know what you think of that idea. So just something we're thinking about here. Let's see. And Brian says, I love hearing that, and it's funny. I literally posted to Facebook about something similar, like getting out and commenting and engaging on other people's videos if that's the thing you want yourself. Yeah, why not? Why not? We're all kind of trying to do the same thing here, more or less. We have different reasons, right? Some people are here as a hobby. Some people are trying to grow a business, and a bunch of people in between. So, I think if you're here watching this, or if you've gone to Brian's or Brooks or Karen's live streams, presumably you enjoy the community aspect of this and growing a community, and we're all helping each other. And I just think it's great, and you get to meet people. It's cool. Brooks says live streaming is so fun. I'm getting addicted to it. Yeah, it's a whole lot easier than editing videos, isn't it? That's the thing. Like, if you're not sold on live streaming yet, for all of you who are considering it, if you're someone who it takes a long time, make a video, edit it, and editing can take forever if you do a lot of it, right? Depending, that's why I tend to not do so much of it. Just leave it rough and leave mistakes in. But if you do editing, you can spend a lot of time at it. Well, if you do a live stream, the editing is gone. Like, you go live, let's say you're live for an hour, and then when you end that live stream, your video's made. Your video's made. It's now a video on demand that people can watch, like a regular old video that you may have spent 10 hours editing, right? So live streams are awesome that way. You just have to maybe get over, this is not everybody, but a lot of people have trouble watching themselves on video, maybe not thinking they have enough to talk about. Maybe some imposter syndrome might creep in, and they're worried about things like that, like I was. And I tell the story about the first time I ever went live. I couldn't do it. I had planned to go live. This is like 3 years ago, the first time I was ever doing it. And I planned, I think, a couple videos leading up to it. I even said, on this day, at this time, I'm going live. Come with any questions you might have, and I'm going to do a Camtasia demonstration, is what I was doing. And I was so nervous. And in fact, I'm going to look up the video, because I took a video of myself. I had a camera rolling. I should find that. Of me just, it was almost like I was getting ready to jump into a boxing ring. Like I was jogging on the spot in my office, other house before I moved here, and I couldn't do it. I thought There's going to be millions of people watching me. Like, I hate talking in front of crowds. This is going to be awful. What if I say something wrong? And I was just, I backed myself into a corner and I was worried and I didn't do it. And it wasn't until the next week that I finally did it. And you know what? When that was over, and I think it was over an hour I streamed for, because once I got going, it just kept going great. And I think maybe 4 people showed up. Not many, but that's fine. I was ready. When I ended that, I felt so good. Like, I accomplished something that I wanted to do. I had been watching people like Nick Nimmin go live on Saturday mornings, and I wanted that. I wanted to do that, and maybe not talk about all the same things he talks about. But so, anyways, that's. I highly recommend you do it if you're thinking about it at all. If you want to grow a channel, because it's awesome. Anyways, let's see what else we got here. Have a little drink. 1 second. Let's see. Ron says he learned to sail at YMCA camp. They had prams. I know what a pram is. Awesome. Very good. Oh, Marathon Gardener. Question I asked earlier, where you got your intro, outro music. So the music that I use for my intros in these live streams and the outros and pretty much all of my videos that I make is from Epidemic Sound. I use Epidemic Sound. I actually have a link to them below. It's an affiliate link, but what is the deal they gave me to give you? It's written down there. So if you scroll down, you'll see it, but I can't remember. Like 2 months free or something? I'm not selling it very well, am I? But there's a deal. If you're interested, you start with a free trial. But yeah, and it's called, if you're interested in finding that particular song, InnoView, which is, there we go, which is the name of my mic here, or my, sorry, excuse me. Oh, there we go. I gotta do that there. There we go. Okay, so here is my monitor that I'm sharing. It's an InnoView monitor. I use that one to share my screen. So what I can do is bring up Epidemic Sound and bring it down here so you guys can see it. And if we search for it, let's go Evergreen Fields. See, I use it so much, I know what it's called. There it is, Evergreen Fields Tape Machine. And that little down arrow means that I've downloaded it before. Okay, and you can play it here. 3 minutes and 14 seconds. If I click on that, that takes me, okay, no, sorry. If I click on Tape Machines, that's the name of the band or the group or the person who created that. You can see, oh, it looks like there's a couple of guys. I didn't even know that. You can see what else they've come up with. So, another one. Yeah, and there's a down arrow down here, download. You can click that to download, and it remembers what you've downloaded. Now, what I do, I don't download it every time. I've downloaded it once, and so I can just reuse that, right? I don't have to download it again. In fact, I copy my Epidemic Sound folder from the previous project to my next project, and in that folder is the music that I've downloaded, okay? You can do that. You don't have to download it every time. As long as you have a current subscription with them, you can continue to use the music. If I cancel my subscription, any copies of that, like obviously I'll still have a copy of the song, but I won't be able to make a new video with that song from that point on, from the point that I cancel the subscription, right? I can't make anything new with that. But anything I had made with it previously that I've already uploaded to YouTube, that's fine. Like, I don't have to continue the subscription for videos I've already made with it. But now in my case, since I've chosen that song for my intros and my endings and all that, if I, if I don't ever want to change that, and if I want to continue to use that forever, I can't stop my Epidemic Sound subscription. But that's okay. I don't plan on stopping it. And if I, for whatever reason, if I did want to stop it, I would just have to find other music somewhere else at another, if I sign up with somebody else or something. But again, I don't plan on changing. I love all of the music that I have found there. And yeah, so it's all good. All good. All right, what else we got? Any other questions? Okay, yeah. I'm missing a lot of questions today, but that's the way it goes. Yes, Catherine, if you put 3 Qs at the beginning of your question, Rob will see it more easily. That's right. Still not a guarantee, but it will help. Currently down in Honduras, overlanding my way south. Started up in Halifax last May. Very good. That's a long drive. Honduras from Halifax? Wow. Did a live stream when I hit 5,000 subs and about to do another now that I'm past 10. Wicked. Awesome. Cool. That's great. Here's a question. Your cleaner windows. Is there anywhere where you can get copyright-free music without these subscriptions? There is YouTube, right? The YouTube library. You can download songs for free from the YouTube library and use those. Totally free. The only thing is they don't have as much selection, and I don't think the search is as good as some of these other services. But yeah, that's the other one I've looked at that you might want to consider is Lickd, L-I-K-D. And I've not used them myself, so I'll say that. So I'm not recommending them because I've not used them myself. But let me move that up there. But with Lickd, there are like popular songs, songs that you'll hear on the radio that you can download and use with a if you pay them. Now the price is higher, and I'm not sure what I think it starts off at so much a month plus so much for whatever song you choose, and it probably I think it depends on what song you choose. Some are more expensive than others, and so on. And it's not like Apple Music where virtually all music that's ever been made is available to you, or Spotify. It's not like that. I've searched for songs there that I've specifically looked for and have not found them. But something else to look at. It'd be a more expensive option than Epidemic Sound or Storyblocks or Audio or any of the other ones. But something else to look at. How do you get rid of that echo you just had? Did I just have an echo again? I didn't do anything. Earlier I had a copy of my browser open to this live stream, and that would be a way to get echo in here. Let me turn down my speakers a little bit just to make sure nothing's So that's one way echo can happen. If you have your speakers up, like I don't have headphones in. Right? Usually when you live stream, a good practice is to have headphones in so that what you're listening to can't get into the microphone, right? So if I had my speakers on really loud, like if I turn that up, that might give you an echo, maybe, I don't know. But I'm going to keep that down because yeah, any audio coming out of my speakers, if it can get into the microphone, you're going to hear an echo. But this microphone is pretty good at not picking up anything other than what it's pointed at. And it's a shotgun mic pointed right at me. Speakers are back there, so they don't typically, as long as I keep the volume relatively low, I'm usually okay. So I hope that helps. Do you upload your videos 4K from your iPhone? I find they look blurry. You find my videos look blurry, or yours do when you upload from your iPhone? I don't upload from my iPhone, but that shouldn't matter. If you film in 4K, as long as, things were in focus, it shouldn't be blurry. That might be a function of what you're watching the video on afterwards. What device is what I mean. But yeah, no, whether you upload from your phone or an iPad or a computer, shouldn't matter. That wouldn't, doesn't matter how you upload a video file, it should be the same. So I don't upload from my phone though. I film from my phone, and then when I get back to my office, I airdrop it from my iPhone to my MacBook. And that's how I get the video files in my MacBook. If you don't have a MacBook, if you have another kind of computer, like a Windows-based computer, then you can probably plug your phone in, right, with a USB-C cable and plug that into your computer, and then your computer should be able to find it as a hard drive, and you can copy it over that way. If you have trouble with that, something else some people do is they will upload it from their phone to like Google Drive or Dropbox or something, and then go to your computer, log into Google Drive or Dropbox, and download it from there. That's a two-step process, but that's I did that when I used a Windows computer and I was having trouble with it recognizing my iPhone. But now, since I went Mac, I'm not going to go back. That's just, I love it. I love the Mac. I was for years a PC guy, Windows, but it's been 2 years now with the Mac, and I love it. I just feel like everything works better. So yeah, there you go. I hope that helps. Let me see, where are we at here? Where are we at? Oh, okay. It said you meant yours. That's okay. Yeah, I don't know why yours would be blurry. I don't know why. Okay. Ty's in the house. How you doing, Ty? Good to see you. Good to see you. I thought you were going live. Was it yesterday? And I went to join, but then I noticed it said live Thursday. So wrong day. No, I won't be able to join this Thursday because I'm going to be in Vancouver. So, but we talked about that, didn't we? One of these days, I'll pop into your live too. Again, I think I have already, but it's been a while. When you share your screen, there's an echo. Oh, when I share my screen, there's an echo. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting somewhere. It's got something to do. Okay, you know what? I'm going to do another test. For those of you who weren't here at the beginning, if you have good speakers or headphones in, you may be able to tell that I might hopefully be sounding better than I normally do in my live streams. That's because I installed some software and set it up right up to the last minute. I'm not 100% sure it was working, but I think it was. If I press something here, oh, that's off. Let me turn this back on. Okay, let me back up. I don't think I sound any different at this moment, but I'm about to, I hope. I'm going to press this button here. There. Do I sound better? I don't know why that was off. So anyways, it's a program called Loopback and another one called Audio Hijack. The two of them together, connected with Ecamm, boosts the audio. And the reason that I wanted to do that is because people tell me my audio sounds great in my videos and not as good in my live streams. So I'm trying to mimic what I do because I process my audio for my videos. Like I edit it to try to make it sound better in Adobe Audition. You could also use Audacity for that. But I don't do any of that with live streams. But there's software you can run it through that does kind of the same thing. That's what I'm trying right now. So now I'll go to the chat to see if you guys noticed a difference. Hack Media says, that's really cool. Let's see. I have headphones, more bass. Now try a screen share and see if the echo's still there. Love your head, Rob. So do I, but it's the only one I got, so I've got no choice. But thank you for the compliment. All right, okay, let me share my screen. Where is it? Right here. There. Now you guys hear an echo? I can see why you do. I'm going to mute this. There. Now you hopefully don't hear an echo. Did that work? Echo. Yes. Yes, echo. Yes, echo, echo. Still getting the echo. Yes, we can. Oh, okay. Well, that's not good. All right. Oh, no, it's gone. Perfect. Yes, no, yes. Echo gone. You fixed it. Okay. I muted the system audio. Okay, that's not going to be good if I try to share my screen and say watch a video and have you guys hear it. Obviously, I have some more work to do. Echo's still there now. No more. Perfect now. No. Echo gone. Make up your mind, guys. What is it? Echo gone. Perfect now. Sounds great. Gone. Sounds great. Awesome. Okay, let me switch back to just me. Muted system audio. Now we know. Yeah, that's what I did. But I bet you if I tried to play a video, you wouldn't hear it because I muted system audio. All good. You fixed the problem. Okay. I'm going to switch back to me. Again, I'm having to click here. That's why it's a little slower today because my Stream Deck is not working. Hopefully still the echo is gone. It's now just me. I can see the sound level up here. Sounds good. Awesome. All good. Echo gone. It's gone now. This is great. Love the feedback, guys. We can solve these things together. Let me, you know what? Give me 1 second here. Give me 1 second. You know what? You know what? I'm going to try something here. Can I do this? Bear with me 1 second. We'll do that. And you don't, I'm just talking through this. You don't see what I'm doing, but we'll do that. Let's do that, and we'll go there. Okay. Now let's go back to my phone. I'm typing on my phone. Hang on now. We'll go there. We'll go there. We'll press that. Copy. And now we'll go back. Are you confused yet? That. Hey, try this. There we go. There's one. And I'm only going to be able to do, hey, try this. I can only do 2 right now. And we'll see how that works. All right, so I just sent 2 people who messaged me on Instagram the link. What am I doing here? Sorry, a little more technical difficulties here. I just sent 2 people a link, and we'll see if that works. I don't know if it will or not. We'll see. I'll have to keep an eye on if either of the 2 people got that invitation, then I think you'll show up here, but we'll see. All right. Yes, okay. Yes, Mike, this is available to watch later on lives. Yes, it is. So when when a live stream is finished, it is then a video on demand that you can watch later. That's exactly how it works. Yeah. A lot of bugs in this one, though. Reminder, hit the like, folks, if you like what's going on. Got a couple of thumbs down today. That's probably because of the internet. Here's a question from Christy Lynn Art. If a video is not doing well and you want to edit and repost, should you remove the original and lose the stats you have already? If the video is not doing well and you want to edit and repost, should you remove the original and lose the stats you have already? Well, so my approach to that would be I would not re-edit it and delete and re-upload because if you get in the habit of doing that, it's probably, I see it being a hard habit to break, and then What I would do is I would forget that video and I would learn take whatever lessons you've learned, like whatever you think you should have done differently or better in that video, and apply those lessons to your next video, right? I would forget that video and move on. And don't think about it, like don't worry that, well, I might have a video out there that's not up to, it's not as good as I would like people to think all my videos are. That's okay. Go back in my channel. Go to the videos tab and go to the videos tab and watch my first ever video. It's horrible, like horrible. And I left it there, and I've left all my videos there so that, people can see where I started. So, and I don't think that's a bad thing. So I think that's okay. That's what I would do. Now, I've got a guest in the green room, Jason. Hello. Let me figure out how to bring you on here. Let's see now. If I click, okay, so just so you know, you guys can, I'll show you what I'm doing here. I see Brooke just asked, I'll join you. Can you email me the link? I don't have Instagram. Yes, I can. I will. Let me first bring Jason in. Add right. There we go. Let's see if that works. Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. How about
Awesome.
all you out there? Can you hear Jason? Thank you for doing this,
I don't know.
Jason.
Can you hear me? Hello.
There, I can hear you. Can I boost your audio? There, how's that? Try to say something now.
Can everybody hear me now?
That sounds really low to me.
Can everybody hear me now?
That's better. That is better. I wonder why that's so low. That's probably something on my end.
Well, the way the day is going, it might be.
You know what? Here we go. Try that. There, now say something.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Okay, I feel really stupid because you know what was going on? My volume was down. Just on the audio interface, the volume was down. So, yeah, cool. So for those who don't know, all I did, Jason, is I'm using Ecamm Live and you're showing up here, and I had a choice of adding you solo, you would fill the screen, or adding you to the left of me or to the right of me. Yeah, so those are the choices. So what's going on?
Not much, man. This is cool. I'm having fun. This is neat.
This is cool. So why don't you tell everybody what your channel's about? Sell yourself.
Oh, man, I hate that question.
Are you a YouTuber or a content creator?
I like to say a little bit of both. First and foremost, I started out as a photographer.
Okay.
And then, a few years ago, I started seeing that everything was going to video. Everything was going to video. Everything was going to video. So I said, well, you know what? I'm going to just start making a few videos just to learn how to do this crap. And then I fell down the rabbit hole, like we all do, and got hooked. And now I'm just doing YouTube about photography and sometimes a little bit of gear and just going on adventures and taking pictures and bringing people with me.
Cool. Awesome. And you're having fun with it?
Absolutely. I mean, obviously there's things that I want to do. I'm not monetized yet. I do have my over 1,000 subscribers. I don't have my watch hours yet. And, every time I come here, I keep getting that urge to maybe do a live stream. I don't know yet, but apparently it's echoing when I'm talking now.
I think I fixed that. I had my volume too loud, so I turned you up so I could hear you, but then everybody's hearing you through my mic. So I think I just turned you down a little bit.
Okay. That there's that, and there's a consistency, because it's funny because I'm actually working right now. I'm working my day job right now, but I sound like a baseball announcer. Okay. And in the bottom of the ninth. but yeah, like during my day job, I work online, and so that's why I can come to the live streams all the time, because I'm not actually interacting with anybody else. So,
Cool.
but that's my biggest issue, is consistency, because I've got that day job, and it's finding the time and time management to really create as much as I want to.
Right.
And I also like to sleep, so I don't like to get up early in the morning and do it before work.
Right. I get that. I get that. Although I'm the opposite. I wake up at 5 for no reason, probably because I went to bed at 10, but it just, I don't know. Cool. And you are, if I recall, New Brunswick?
Yep,
Very good.
I'm in Moncton.
Awesome. In Moncton. Okay. So for those who don't know, New Brunswick is also a maritime province. So you're a maritimer as well. Are you into boating at all?
Well, I used to be. I like to sit on one with a beverage.
That's hey,
In
there's
in
there's worse things in life, isn't there?
yeah, in true maritimer fashion. But yeah, no, the East Coast is great, and I encourage anyone that is not from this area to come out and explore it. And we often get forgotten on this end of the country. That there is nothing past Quebec when it comes to Canada. So we like to encourage people to come out here and visit us as much as we can.
Yes, and we're a friendly bunch.
We try to be.
Yeah. Yeah, I think generally speaking, when people who are not from Canada think of Canada, they think Toronto, Montreal, Vancouver, Calgary, maybe. But also within our own country, people out west think going out east means Toronto. It's like,
Yeah.
wait now, we're further east.
Well, a lot of people too have no concept, if they're not from Canada, or maybe even the northern U.S., how big Canada actually is.
Yes.
It's 5,000 kilometers long. Like, your flight to Vancouver next week is going to take you, what, 5 to 7 hours to get there?
Yeah, I think it's over 5 to Calgary and then another hour or so to Vancouver. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We went last fall for a conference for the girlfriend, and we flew to Toronto, because obviously you can't fly direct from anywhere in Atlantic Canada.
Yeah.
And that was 2 hours. And then it was like another 4.5 hour flight from Toronto to Vancouver. So that's how big Canada is, people. Like, we don't just hop over to the next province.
Although you're fairly close to me. Moncton is, I think that's less than a 3-hour drive for me. So you're fairly close. Small
Yeah,
world.
and I may actually be in Halifax on Sunday.
Oh, there
So
you go. I'm going to be in
we
Vancouver.
yeah. Oh, well, that's too bad. I was gonna say we'd have to do a coffee or something, but the
Rain
next
check.
time, my sister lives in Spryfield, so I'll come down sometime to visit, and I'll include you in that visit.
Cool. Cool. Well, thanks, Jason. I've got someone else in the queue here. I'm going to try to add her while you're still here, if you're all right with that. I just want to see what
Yeah,
happens.
sure.
So
Yep, bring
let's
it on
go and welcome Brooke. Hello, Brooke.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me? I think there's a bit of a delay. Hold on.
I can hear you. It seems to be working all right. So yeah, so I already see what I'm going to have to do here is set up scenes. The way it works in Ecamm, if I set up scenes, then you would go to a preset scene that I'll have to create in Canva. But I just added you left. That was the only choice. So yeah, we're all kind of squished in side by side by side.
There.
So this is cool.
Oh,
So
wait.
for those who don't know Brooke, she is, and Brooke, do you know Jason?
No, nice to meet you.
Hi, Brooke.
Hi.
So Brooke is one of the 3 people who I joined their live stream in the last few days. I joined Brooke's yesterday, but you're the one who kind of did this, which I'm trying. Like, as I said before, when I've had guests on in the past, it's been pre-planned and Zoom meetings set up, and I did it that way. But yesterday, you did it through StreamYard, and just off the cuff, people started joining. And you had, I think I saw 5 people at one point. How did that go?
Yeah, it was so much fun. I didn't know what to expect. I wanted to experiment with it, and yeah, I was so happy to see you there, and you joined, and it was awesome. And I mean, it was so much fun. Like, I love live streaming, and I wanted to experiment with that yesterday because I've been getting really addicted to live streaming, and it's like I love engaging with the audience in real time and in the chat.
Yeah.
And they're like, first few lives that I did, I was like, I want to like pull you guys up here with me, like, because to have a real conversation instead of like going through the chat and trying to catch up, and then you miss what somebody said, and it's kind of like this like back and forth. And I'm like, what if I could just like pull you up on stage with me? And so I just did the live stream experiment yesterday and just threw the link in the chat and saw who came in, backstage, and pulled them up. So it was
Cool.
fun.
So with StreamYard, I guess it's the same. You have like a backstage. It's called the green room here in Ecamm. How many people could you have in the backstage? Do you know?
I know you can pull 10 people on with you
Okay.
on stage. I don't know how many you can have in the back room. They call it like the studio or something like that. I just call it backstage.
Right. Cool. All right. Yeah. So I don't know. I'll try this again. I don't know how many people I can have in the room at once. I thought it was 10, but I know it's 10 if I use Zoom. But that adds a different step, and people would have to join the Zoom meeting and stuff like that. But anyway, So there you go, Jason. Brooke has gone live, and you only started, Brooke, I think a couple weeks ago with your first live stream.
Maybe like 6 weeks ago by now, something like that.
Okay.
I think I've gone live 6 or 7 times. I think yesterday was my 7th time.
Okay.
Wow,
And any advice to push Jason towards starting his live streams?
Like, literally just go for it, because my first live stream, and this is for Jason and for everybody who hasn't gone yet, Nicola, you too. I know you've been saying you want to go for like months and you haven't. So we're waiting for your live cooking show. Anyways, so the first one I did, I literally just turned on the live stream on YouTube Studio, and I was just planning to do like a 5-minute test. I didn't think anybody would even be there. Like, I literally just wanted to test out the equipment. And then people started showing up, and then they were like commenting in the chat, and it got really engaging and really fun. And I ended up live streaming for over 2 hours. Like,
Wow.
The time just flies by. Yeah. Kate does nature. She says it's like a party. It's totally like a party. It is so much fun. Yeah, I've been having a blast doing it. Like I said, I'm getting like addicted to it, and now it's become part of my workflow. So now my goal is like 1 regular video a week and 1 live stream a week. That's kind of what I'm doing. We'll see.
Cool. Yeah, no, I think it's great if you add that as part of your strategy. Decide how many videos you can make a week or a month, and how many. If you can add going live, I strongly recommend it, and it sounds like you do too, Brooke.
100%.
Do you find that it helps grow your channel, or I guess maybe it's hard to tell if it grows your channel, but the community aspect of it?
The community watch hours.
Yeah.
I am amazed. Like, when I look at my analytics of the watch hours after a live stream, I'm like, what? Like, I mean, astronomical difference. Like, post a video and get 7 watch hours on the first day versus doing a live stream and having like, excuse me, I've got like a cough today, having like 40 watch hours like this.
Yeah.
And then I'm amazed that people are actually watching the live stream, like the recording of it. Like, it's a great evergreen piece of content too.
Yeah. No, cool. Yeah, I noticed that too. Sorry?
I said, yeah, highly recommend. I do put effort into the title and the thumbnail up front.
Yeah.
If I schedule the live, that's been working well. I have done live streams just impromptu, and then sometimes I go back and then edit the thumbnail so that it is like a better evergreen piece of content. So those are my tips so far.
Very good. Michelle's asking where you guys are from.
I'm from Wisconsin.
Cheesehead.
Yep. Here's my hat.
and myself, I'm not far from Rob. I'm only about 3 hours away from Rob. And Rob, I was going to say, if you're testing all this stuff out, if you ever need a guinea pig, just message me because I'll help you out.
Will do. I'm kind of using you both as guinea pigs right now.
You were mine yesterday, so I'm happy to be yours today.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, Catherine has done 3 live streams and she loves them too. Best. Okay, so Big Mayo has a question. I don't think this is a question, but I wanted to address something here. The best way to gain 50 followers to unlock live streaming on YouTube. So yeah, I think that's a question, but that's actually a bit of a misconception. People think you need 50 subscribers to go live, and you really don't. You only do if you want to go live from the YouTube app, like from your phone. If you go live from your computer in a browser, you don't need. I don't think you need any subscribers. So keep that in mind. A lot of people don't know that.
Nice. So, I didn't know that.
There you go. Ty is here. Let's go, Jason. It's really not as bad as it seems. Yeah, everyone's going to ask you to or encourage you to start.
As long as they all show up, I'll be happy.
Karen is here. YouTube over 40. So Karen is somebody else. I dropped in on her live stream. Was that yesterday or the day before? And she also used StreamYard like you, Brooke. And but she had like 4 people in, so doing something similar to what I did a couple weeks ago where I had 3 others in my live with me. But yeah, so I dropped in on her live, and I just wanted to throw her up here too, because she's doing a lot of live streams as well. So she's somebody else who is a big believer in that. So yeah, good for you, Karen. That was awesome. Let's see. Oh, Nicola is here. I don't know. I don't know how to get other people. You know what? That's because I didn't. So yeah, I'm doing this different than what you did yesterday, Brooke. You had a link, I think, in your live chat for people to click. Yep. I didn't do that because I was worried that it would just fill up really quick and too quick almost. So instead I used the Instagram thing. Anyways, I think, let me just check one more time just to see if there was anybody. No, you know what? I think I better move on.
One of the downfalls of this way, Rob, is we can't see the chat anymore. It's opened us up in a separate link because we're no longer on YouTube, right? So I'm watching you through your link that you sent me through guest eCam. So I'm not watching. I can't see the chat anymore because it's opened it up in a different browser window. Just so you know.
Yeah, no, that's good to know. I think I guess maybe if you had multiple screens, you could keep the YouTube screen open, but probably you would have to mute the audio in that one, I would think. Or there would be a delay, which I think, Brooke, you ran into that yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. That's a really good tip. So Wisconsin girl here. Knew it from the accent. Yes, I know, Rebecca. We have the accent right. Yes, learning from the delay and like hearing an echo of experimenting with it yesterday, I had to ask my guests to close out their YouTube window so they weren't like watching themselves at the same time. So I did that coming on here. So like Jason said, like I'm watching it just from the link window of eCam Live. It's kind of funny though, just to know from like on this end of it, there's like a delay. Okay. I don't know if I sound delayed, but when I hear myself talk to what I see on the camera, there's a delay.
Okay. Yeah. There is a little bit. I mean, when I hear you talk, there's no delay like from your audio and your video. But yeah, if I look at myself, that I would start to slow way down because yes, if I'm looking at myself, there is a delay. But I try not to do that. I'm usually just looking at the chats. But that's actually the cool thing about eCam Live is it brings the chats in And that's how I'm able, similar to StreamYard, but that's how I'm able to click on a chat and have it display. Hope's Homemade Kitchen had a question. Would you recommend live stream from a cooking channel if it's just me? How can I cook and monitor the stream? That's a good question. Yes, I would recommend it. Just because even if it's just you, I mean, yeah, I suppose it would be easier if you had basically a producer with you kind of behind the scenes feeding you any questions that are coming in. I guess what I would suggest is just check it every once in a while. Hang on 1 second while I check the live chat, see if there's any questions, and then you can kind of do it that way. I don't know. What do you guys think? Any suggestions?
You can also have moderators set up in your live chat as well that can just filter things through for you as well. So there's that aspect if they're not right there in the room with you.
Right.
Yeah, and I would just say, like, I don't know the size of your channel or how experienced you are, but like, just start where you are with what you have. So like, if you don't have another person who can film you, or you don't have extra cameras to set up, like, just use what you have. And maybe it's just as simple as you're like cooking and chopping up the ingredients, and you just have a tripod set up filming you, and you just talk while you're doing that. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be a cooking tutorial, but just like you're live streaming while you're doing something. So like, just practice, just start where you are, and you will get better over time, and you will learn what you need next time through doing it,
Mm-hmm. Great advice. Great advice. And don't feel like you have to be perfect when you start. Like when you start, like I picture maybe a cooking channel, you could have complicated scenes set up where one camera is on you, another camera is top down looking at your stove or something, or your mixing bowl or whatever you're doing. And you can have all these cameras all linked in, and it could get pretty complicated. But maybe that could be in the future, but just start with one camera, it's you, and just like Brooke said, just keep it simple. You want to keep it simple when you start, because stuff's going to go wrong, like it's been happening to me today. And you just kind of roll with it, and it's okay. And what I've found, not even just the lives, but even the videos, even like if I make a video and I mess up and I leave it in the video, people don't care. In fact, they might even watch more, either because you seem more human, or maybe they're waiting for you to make another mistake, kind of like the rubbernecker syndrome when people are driving down the road. Like, I want to see an accident here, right? Maybe it's maybe that's part of it. I don't know. But people tend not to mind if you mess up in a video, in a live stream. So yeah, go for it and don't worry about it.
One of the things I was going to say too is one of the reasons I've been thinking about doing it is watch hours. And if you don't have your watch hours yet, well, I mean, and that's probably my biggest hurdle right now is I'm not monetized because I don't have my watch hours. Well, that and my consistency because I'm lazy, but that from everybody that I've watched, the watch hours are the thing that is one of the biggest bonuses aside from the community that you build. Is gaining watch hours is a huge boost to your channel by going live.
Awesome. Great point. And Brooke mentioned that too. And that's also, I think within a few months of me going live regularly, that's when I got monetized. I had the subscribers, but it was the watch hours I didn't have. But the live streams, yeah, boom. Like you don't even have to have that many people watching your live stream to get a lot of watch hours. So yeah, it really adds up. And I think a lot of people have trouble getting the watch hours more so than subs. Not everybody, but I see another comment here. Anaholics, I hear a lot of echo. Only Rob sounds clear. That's my fault. I think you're hearing Brooke and Jason through my speakers into my mic. I should have headphones in so that only I could hear them. And I think that's the problem. But hey, a little rough around the edges here, but we're doing it. It's happening.
Guinea pigs.
All right. Well, I think I'll let you two go. I'll release you so you can either get back in the chat or get back to what you were doing. Thank you very much for this. This was fun. Thanks for participating.
Thank you. It was fun.
If I can suggest one thing to everybody that's in the chat, Go to somebody's channel after the live is over, pick someone out of the chat, and watch one of their videos. And leave a comment and tell them that you came from Rob's live.
Very good. Little shameless plug there. Thank you. All right, guys, I'm going to see what happens when I hit this big red X on both of your I think I'm going to make you go away, so I'll say goodbye. That was fun. That was fun. Yeah, so what do you guys think of that? Is this something I should do more of? I see Macca said, pick me, and then it just disappeared. I don't know where it happened, where it went. Stevie B, I just found this. Great idea. Pick me, pick me. I've done that. Bye, y'all. I'm still here. I suppose everyone might think I'm leaving too. I'm not leaving just yet. I've only been live for 2 hours. Oh, Ty says, I think that worked out well. Nice job on that. Super valuable. Yeah, a little rough around the edges, but it was kind of fun. And it's part of it was me figuring out how this works in Ecamm. So, Ty, you were involved in the roundtable I had a couple weeks ago. Ty and Alexa and Brian Johnson all came in, but that was planned. And I gave them all Zoom meeting links, which they joined, and then Ecamm has an integration with Zoom, so I can add Zoom meeting members to Ecamm. And for that, I had pre-set up, a scene with the 4 people in the corners and the drinks on the pretend table and all that stuff. But yeah, that was pre-planned. So Ty, today, this was something that I got this idea actually from Brooke, who was just on, because I joined hers yesterday and she just brought people in who showed up in her chat. And I thought, well, maybe I should try that, see if you guys like that. So anyways, yeah, something a little bit different. But before I brought people in, I'm not sure if you were here. And I think you were here. But yeah, internet crapped out on me here. And I had to try to figure out what was going on. But the live stream didn't end, apparently. My video went blank. So I wonder how long I could be disconnected like that before Ecamm just decides, I'm just going to end this live stream. I'm going to look that up because I don't know. Hack Multimedia, I'm game. Hit me up, bro. Full circle moment, Brooke. Yeah, no, that was cool. It worked. Nicola enjoyed this. I've got a couple of super chats here. I missed a couple. I'm going to go back and I'm going to get to them, but this one just came in from... Let me hit the... So I'm going to apologize, Lori. Thank you for the super chat, but here it is. Oh, what? Did I move that? There we go. My audio's not working. My Stream Deck is not working right now. I don't know why. So yeah, no sound, no foghorn sound with the super chat. But thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And you do have a question, I think. Let me pop this up on screen. You're moving the needle for all of us. Enjoy your time off and hope you have some quiet time to go with and connect with your soul. I will do my best. I'm going to hit the golf course. I know that. And then whatever Liam wants to do. So it should be fun. Thank you, Lori. Appreciate that. Let's see what else. Great way to collaborate off the cuff. Yeah, no, it was. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. Let's see now. I know I'm going to scroll up to see what I missed here. Because here we go. Mike Carrazza. Thank you for the super chat, Mike. And again, yours was just a thank you. So let me play this for you. See, I'm messing. Yeah. Again, sorry for the no foghorn sound. Oh, I see somebody else here is from Wisconsin. Greetings from Wisconsin, Appleton. Zoomalada's Hangout. Welcome to the live stream. I think that's 3 people from Wisconsin here today. That's cool. That's cool. I spent 6 months in Wisconsin, like 25 years. Gosh, no, 30 years ago? Long time. 1994. I was there on training. Beautiful place. Oh, and Jason mentioned Cheesehead. For those who are football fans, Wisconsin has a football team. It's the Green Bay Packers, and their fans are affectionately known as Cheeseheads. I can't be a fan, though, because I'm a Detroit Lion fan, and they are a big rival of the Green Bay Packers. But I'd love to get to Lambeau Field to see a game someday. I've never been there. Never been, but someday I will. Rob, is it possible for me to join the collab live streams? I am 13. I'm not sure, Lego Tours. We talked about this a little bit earlier. I don't... I mean, I guess if I know you're 13 and I know there's a rule against adding people who are underage to my live streams, then I can't. But I'm going to have to look up what the rule is on that because I don't know. And I don't want to break any rules. I don't want to upset anybody at YouTube, for sure. Any other Alaskans here? I don't know. Danelle Kelly art from Alaska. That's cool. That is cool. Might need an update for that tugboat sound. Yeah, I might. Or just the way I have it set up. I have to figure that out. I'm not sure. Yeah, a lot of people from Wisconsin here. That's funny. Let's see. Coffee with Ken. Oops. I remember having a fun time doing a collab. Lindsay Ellen. Hello, Lindsay. Good to see you from France. Awesome. Just going up through the chats here. Sup, Lego Tours. Oh, YouTube over 40. Karen, how you doing, Karen? Has a question. Rob, have you heard of the pratfall effect, where if the person is competent and they make a mistake, it increases their likability? I have not heard of that, but I believe it, if that makes sense. I've never heard of the pratfall effect, but that's kind of what I was talking about a little bit earlier, that if you mess up in making a video, I feel like it almost endears you to people. Like, people don't mind, especially if what you're doing is what the people watching you are trying to do, right? Like, I'm going live here. If I mess up and going live is something you want to do, and you see that when I mess up, I don't get all that bothered by it. I mean, maybe I do. My heart rate probably goes up a little bit, but I think I keep that fairly well hidden. If they see how I handle it, and then it's not really that big of a deal. It's okay if I mess up or if things break or whatever. I think maybe that might help people who want to do this in understanding and realizing that, yeah, they can do this. And it's okay if you mess up. It really is. Like you say, so pratfall effect, interesting. I had not heard that, but I'm going to write that down. Pratfall effect. And while I look at my notes, I just want to mention a couple things that I mentioned earlier, but there's probably different people in here now. Tomorrow I'm going away for 7 to 8 days. And so next Tuesday's live stream, I don't know if that's going to go down or not. If it does, it's going down from Vancouver. I'll be out there with my son. We're doing a little golf trip, getting away for a little bit. And I'll be back next Thursday morning after having flown the red eye all night, so I'm going to be tired. But while we're out there on the Tuesday, I may go live. I've gone live with him before. Depends what we're doing. If we have a tea time, I'm not going to go live from the golf course or whatever we're doing. We'll see. Might be from the hotel, might be from the top of Whistler. I don't know. But just letting you know that. That's what's going on. I hope to have a video made before I go, and I go tomorrow afternoon. So tomorrow morning, I'll probably wake up, make a video, post it right away, and then maybe try to get one done for next week while I'm away. Probably make that one while I'm out there. So that's what's going on here. Thank you, Lindsay. I will have a wonderful time, I'm sure. Good afternoon. Late to the party, but we'll catch up. You missed a lot. Rock the Dots missed a lot. I had other people on today. You can watch it on the replay. Daphne, how you doing? Must have missed the spit. I think I must have missed something. That's what happens when I jump in the middle of a conversation. Here's a question. John up north. How do I revive a channel after months of no uploads? I have about 1,700 subs. So, John, here's what I'd say to you. If the new content you're about to make is targeted towards the same audience, the people with the same interests as who you targeted before with your other videos, then stick with the channel you have, and if it's been months, that's okay. Just start posting again, is what I would do. And that's kind of what I've done a few times on this channel. When I started the channel, I posted 9 videos my first month. This is 3-4 years ago now. And then I didn't post for 8 months. I think I had 6 subscribers at the end of my first month, 3 of which were my 2 kids and my nephew. So I got 3 new subscribers in a month from 9 videos. So I gave up and I stopped posting for 8 months. And then what happened? I noticed subscribers started to come in and subscribe to me, and people were, one video in particular started to get views, and 8 months later I had like 200 subscribers. Like it's like, whoa, this is happening without me posting videos. I should get back at this. And I did. So anyways, there was later on, I took an 18-month break, but I always came back to the same channel. I didn't know any better anyways. I didn't know. With what I know now, maybe I should have started a new channel over a year ago when I started posting again. But, you know, I learn as I go, and I share what I learn as I learn it. That's kind of what I'm doing with this channel. And yeah, so that's what I've done. Just stick with the channel. Don't worry that you've taken a break. You could make a video kind of reintroducing yourself if you want. Just kind of say, like a quick video, say, hi guys, I'm back. I took a break. I'm going to continue making videos about this, 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 and this. Next video coming up next week or in a couple days or whatever. Or you don't have to, right? You could just make your next video, and maybe in the introduction or maybe at the end of the video, you can say, by the way, if anybody is here from before, you may have noticed I took a break. Well, I'm back. And just kind of reintroduce yourself that way. That's what I would do. Good luck, John. Good luck. That should be fun. Thank you, William. I appreciate that. And apologies to anybody's question I may have missed. Yeah, I had some technical difficulties today. Thank you, Smart with Feelings. I appreciate that. Peter, how you doing, Peter? Good to see you. Mistakes are what makes us all human. You're right there. That was to Brooke. Sorry, no problem. You know what? I love the fact that you guys have your own chats going on in this chat. That's great. It's a community. You don't all have to talk to me. I'm just trying to keep, trying to keep you guys watching, and I'll answer questions as I see them. But yeah, you guys go chat amongst yourselves. That's all cool. This is a fun live. This is fun. This is fun. That live join was amazing. Yeah, it was fun. I'm going to do that again. I'm going to try to smooth over some edges and make it look a little more professional, I guess. But then again, do I have to? Probably not. But I want to figure out, so when I brought 2 people in, maybe next time I'll bring 3 or 4 and see what happens. Wow, he's 2 hours in. Yeah, it's a pretty short one, actually. I've been closer to 3 or over 3 lately. But we're not going over 3 today, I don't think. So it's been 2 hours and 14 minutes. So still going strong. Take a little drink, though. For someone who doesn't normally talk in the run of a day, which is me, I work by myself, these live streams gives my voice a chance to get exercise. Alrighty. Just thinking now, Jason says, Rob has just gotten over 200 hours of watch time with this live. Maybe. Yeah, it's hard to say, but usually it's something like that. If you guys are curious, I'll just, you know what? I am going to share something with you guys. hopefully there's not much of an echo when I do this. I went through and I did a whole bunch of data gathering for my live streams. So what I'm about to show you is a spreadsheet showing all of my live streams that I've ever done, going back to the very first one that I did. Because I've quite often said, when I started this back up again, I had 4 peak viewers, 4 people, like concurrent viewers, show up. That was my first one. My second one was 7. And then I was never able to say what was my third, my fourth, fifth, whatever. I've got it all now. So I can show you. And I'm tracking peak viewers, average viewers, how many chats I get, how many reactions for each live that I've ever done. And then within the first 24 hours, I should make a video out of this. I'll make a video out of this, but I'm going to show you now because you guys are gracious enough to be here. Let me bring this down to my screen that I share. And yeah, no, there's no proprietary information here that I'm not able to share. So I'm just going to open up the hood and show you what's under here. What am I looking for? Yeah, my darn Stream Deck is not working. So where is it? InnoView. Boom. There we go. All right. So apologies. It's kind of small. You might have to zoom in. But this is my first live stream was March 10th. Peak viewers, 8. That's not bad. And I live streamed for an hour and 25 minutes. That's the first time I ever did it. That's the one where, and you can go back in my lives. It's still there if you wanted to see it. Actually, let's do this. Let's do this. This is my channel. Let's go to the live tab. So for those of you who have not done live streams, you will not have this live tab until you do a live stream. As soon as you do a live stream, you'll have the live tab, and that's where they live. Okay. Now let's sort by, so this is the one that's going on right now. That's the one that I should change that thumbnail because I ended up not doing that on a boat because the boat wouldn't start. So I did it on the beach. But anyway, let's go to oldest right here. Streamed 3 years ago. Let's click on this. Background. Okay. Notice I have a lot more hair back then. So set the stage here. I chickened out either the week before or the day before. I can't remember the first time I tried to go live, and I did not do it. Okay. This is the time that I did do it. All right. And this was my first live, and you're going to see how uncomfortable I looked and how much younger I looked 3 years ago, 4 years ago. Check, test. Can you guys hear that audio? I don't think you can. Let's see. I think I have to, nope. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to unmute the all system audio. I hope the echo's not too bad. Okay. Yeah, you're going to see an echo of me. I don't know how to stop that. I'll stop talking. I'll just play this.
We're live. Hello. Hello. Check, check, test. We're live. Hello. Hello. And welcome to my first ever live stream. Wow, that was hard. So I've been making videos for YouTube for a year, a little over a year now. And if you've watched any of my videos, you'll probably know that they are heavily edited. I never say anything I feel like right the first time. So I say, I'll have a script written and I will say every sentence probably anywhere from 5 to 10 times before I feel like it sounds okay. And let me tell you, this is totally different. This going live, never done this before, but it is something I want to do going forward with this channel as a way to answer questions that I get through my videos on YouTube.
Okay. How do I do this? There's going to be an echo. I just wanted to point out, so yeah, a little cringy to me anyways, watching that, maybe not so much to you. But we got one comment, 1 minute in, that's my son. I told him to show up in my comments just in case. So anyway, now let me go back to the stats. I'm going to turn off the audio again so there's no echo. because there's no. So here you go. So the peak viewers, I tracked how they grew, and how long my live streams were, how many chats I got. So that started to grow. And these red, the ones that are red, every time a metric hit a new record, I made that cell red. Okay, so 11 was my peak there. Here it was 25. So, and I drew some lines. So just for context, this live stream here, Tuesday, June 7th, that was a live reveal live stream that I did. Camtasia, the software that I was making videos about at the time, came out with a new version that day, and I went live to show everybody the new version. Okay, so I kind of knew that that was going to do better than the other ones, and it did. Got a record peak viewers, record number of views in the first 24 hours. And here's what you guys are interested in, I think, the watch hours. Even that first live stream, 8 viewers, 17 views in the first, it got over 3 watch hours, 3 hours of watch time. First ever live stream. And that grew. My third one got over 7 hours. And again, for context, if you want to monetize your channel, you need 4,000 watch hours in a year. So what does that average out to? 333 a month, or roughly 11 to 12 hours a day, rough on average. So, and we'll see later on that down here further that really starts to add up. So this line here I drew between June 7th and November 22nd because I stopped. Okay, that was several months before I did it again. I did 4, stopped again for a good amount of time. Last February, over a year ago, I was starting to make videos again, but I count this one here as the first one where I really started getting going again. And from March 19th, 2024 till today, I haven't missed a week. Every week I've been going live, and now we can see what happened. 4 viewers, 7, 9, 8, 5, 12. Still not up to the 25 peak. And I don't know, are you guys the same? Do you also, you who go live, is this the metric that means the most to you? I don't know why. It's almost like subscribers to me. To me, I look at the peak number of viewers as almost like the metric as to how successful that live stream was at the time. Maybe that's not the way I should look at it. Maybe watch hours makes more sense in the first 24 hours. But there's 70. That one was another release last June of that same software, a new release that I went live talking about it. So I had records across the board, chats, watch hours, 107 watch hours. And then it went up and went up, and we come to now you see these blue ones. Those are the special live streams. Sometimes I go live more than once a week, and I've highlighted them. And these ones were when I brought people on to do a one-on-one live stream interview or chat. Okay, like with Alexa Saranoia, with Old Mike, with there were several people that I brought in. Maggie McCormick, several people. Christy was another one. My son was another one. So that's what these were, extra ones. So I went live December 2nd, and then my regular Tuesday, December 3rd. So we keep going up to, so now we're up over 100 viewers. Watch hours are well over 100 for each live stream. Last week, this one here was when I brought the roundtable people in, Alexa, Ty, and Brian, and 178 viewers at the one time, 820 chats. There's no way I can answer all those in an hour and a half. 1,100 views in the first 24 hours and 331 watch hours. So there you go. So that's what I really wanted to share with you guys. I've kept track of the titles, how much revenue I earned in that first 24 hours. I just tried to include as much as I could. I like spreadsheets. What can I say? So anyways, I hope you found that informative. Let me jump into the chat here, see if you had any questions about any of that. YouTube over 40, do you manually update the spreadsheet? Yes, I just created that like a few days ago, and I do manually update it. Where did your comment go? It disappeared. Sorry, but yeah, I manually created that, and then I'll update each line. I have a link below to where you can download my YouTube stats tracker. Again, that's also a manual thing. That does not include this. Maybe I should update that to include this. But there's really no calculations going on here. It's except for the date. That's kind of a calculated column. Yeah, so maybe there's no value in that. But yeah, I think, should I make a video going over this? I think people might be interested. Let's see. Brooke says, Rob, to answer your question about metrics, I'm still learning how to analyze the live stream metrics. Right now, I'm focused on quality of the engagement and how much fun I had, watch hours after that. And you're focusing on the right stuff, Brooke. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, the metrics don't, I don't know. I'm kind of a numbers nut. I mean, I look at that kind of stuff. For those who don't like numbers, for those who never liked like math and science and those kind of subjects in school, you probably don't love analytics and numbers and all that stuff. And if that's the case, I feel for you because it does help to get into the analytics sometimes just to see how things, not so much these live stream stats, because again, those numbers probably don't even matter as much as growing the community. Like Brooke said, that's what really matters, growing the community. And by growing the community and getting people to interact, like 1,200 chat messages in one live stream that was 3 hours long. Obviously, I'm not answering 1,200 questions. I can't. So a lot of those chats are, well, a lot of them, unfortunately, are people who asked questions that I couldn't answer because I couldn't get to them. But a lot of them are people talking to you guys talking to one another, which I think is fantastic. I think that's great. That basically I'm providing a place, and not just me, Karen at YouTube Over 40 and Brooke Sears and Brian Johnson and everybody else who's doing live streams are providing a place where we can all kind of gather and chat and get to know one another better and learn from one another and encourage one another. It's just, I think it's fantastic. It's almost like I don't know what I'm trying to say. Like for people who work by themselves, and for people who are introverts who like working by themselves, this is something a little bit different. Like, I don't know. Like, do you think, I consider myself an introvert, but do you think introverts are okay with going live? Like, does a true introvert, if somebody who's a true introvert, does that mean, oh, there's no way an introvert would go live? I don't know if I agree with that because I consider myself one, but I'm going live. I was scared to death to go live when I first started, but now that I am, it's like another outlet. It's a way to interact with the people who are watching my videos, and I just think it's really cool. But always interested to hear what your take is on all of this stuff. It's a wealthy life. I have posted every day in 2025, every day. I don't even look at the analytics anymore. Well, you don't have time because you're posting every day. Good for you. I got to a point where I don't even care. All I care about is the content and message I want to push. And you know what? That's perfect. That is perfect. I perhaps get too wrapped up in the analytics sometimes, and I try to overanalyze things. But I don't mind because I enjoy it, I guess, right? But for those who don't enjoy that kind of stuff, take It's a Wealthy Life's perspective and don't even worry about the analytics, because if you know what you want to make, if you know what you want to create, the videos you want to make them, upload them, and get to work on your next one. And that's all you have to do. I'm a numbers geek too. I have to be careful not to get addicted to my YouTube studio. So I really have to focus on internal rewards because the external ones feel super defeating sometimes. Yeah, and it can be hard too because if you let it. I mean, you have to realize that actually, this is a nice segue because Brian said something yesterday that I wrote down, and I'm going to repeat it here. Brian Johnson, Brian G. Johnson TV, who was in this chat earlier earlier in this live, like about a half an hour in, he stopped in. I stopped in on his live yesterday, but he said something in his live yesterday that I thought was fantastic, and I wrote it down. So I'm not gonna read it. I just wrote just to jog my memory what it is. So he used Prince as an example. He's a big Prince fan. Prince and the Revolution from Minnesota, I believe. Prince was from Minnesota. Yes, he was. Anyway, I like Prince too, but he was a big Prince fan. And if you think about, and this analogy will apply to probably any or most musicians, most creators, most artists. Prince wrote thousands of songs, thousands. He wrote many for other people too, but he had thousands of songs, many, I don't even know what the number is, Brian would know, albums, right? All these songs, probably many songs that he never released, right? He probably had maybe 25 top 40 hits, okay? Which is not, I mean, that's great. He's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That's fantastic. 25 hits, that's a lot. But when you compare it to how many he produced, how many other songs he wrote, that's only a drop in the bucket. So the point is, the analogy is, I think you probably get it where I'm going with this. Most of the videos you make are not going to be bangers. They're not going to be hits. They're not going to do great. Even the ones that you spend the most time on, that you think, wow, I put everything into this one. It's going to be so good. And it flops. Happens to me all the time. It happens to most people, all the time. Every once in a while, though, you'll get one, and you might not even expect it, right? You might not even expect that that's the one that was going to be a hit, right? I bet, I have no idea. I'm just going to take this a little bit further, but I wonder if Prince knew that the songs that became hits were going to be the songs to become hits, right? Maybe he did, but I suspect a lot of creators don't know and are surprised when it happens. So anyway, I thought that was a great analogy, so I wrote it down. Yeah, so what do you think of that? Oh, I see, Rebecca, a good question. I'd like to know also. So now I'm going to go hunting for that question. I'm scrolling up. Yeah, and once again, oh, here we go. Here's a question from Rebecca. Hey, Rob, do you know if you post a video that is just a quick update that you know will not get many views if it hurts you with the algorithm for future videos? I don't think it does that much. Maybe, but I guess what I'll say is I don't really care if it does, because I've posted videos that I know are not going to do well, which kind of goes against what I just said, because sometimes I post videos that I think are going to do well and they don't. But I have also posted videos that I know are not going to do well and they don't. For example, I made a video teaching people how to tie a sailing knot, a bowline, right? That's not what you guys are here for. But I felt like, oh, this is kind of part of who I am, right? A sailing knot, I can teach that. Let's make that video. And I think it was not that long, 6 or 7 minutes, I think, if I recall. I knew it was going to flop because I know my videos are first going to be presented to the people YouTube thinks watch my videos. So subscribers, people with similar tastes, mostly subscribers first. And based on how they react to it, do they watch it? Do they click? Do they watch most of it? All those metrics, based on how well it does with my subscribers, that'll dictate how much YouTube is going to push it out further. And that video did not get pushed out further because you guys didn't watch it. Not you guys. Actually, I should take that back, because, when you have a lot of subscribers, when you have any number of subscribers, if you then go live, not everyone is going to join your live. So I've got over 60,000 subscribers. There's 120 of you here. So the way I look at it is, you people who are here, you are my super fans, right? You guys are here. You tune in. A lot of you tune in every week, and I love you for it. I appreciate you so much. That's awesome. And, but my point is, not every subscriber is going to be a super fan. Okay. Maybe my super fans or your super fans would watch anything you make, whether it's how to tie a sailing knot or how to climb a mountain, whatever it is. Super fans probably will watch everything. So my point is, how many times did I say that in this sentence? Paragraph. When you make a video that you think is going to flop because perhaps it's not within your niche. I feel like sometimes it's good to make those types of videos if they're within your brand or if it teaches your super fans a little bit more about you. Okay? Super fans want to watch just about anything. This screen just disappeared. Am I still live? I'm going to refresh that. Am I still live? That refreshed, so hopefully I didn't lose internet again. But yeah, so you see my point? So no, what was my point? If you post a video that is just a quick update that you know will not get many views if it hurts you with the algorithm. Yeah, so I don't think it does really. Like, especially if you're posting consistently your regular stuff. So like that was one example of a video I did like that. Another one would be when I came out with a course that people could buy and I wanted to announce it. So I made a video announcing it, right? Not everybody's going to be interested in that. In fact, most people won't. Only a very small percentage of people would. But I felt I should have a video about it, so I made it. I didn't have that video replace other video. Like if I was going to come out with one video a week, okay, but I wanted to make a video like that, I would then make that a second video of that week and still provide my subscribers with what they want to see in another video, right? So that's kind of how I would approach that. But yeah, one video every once in a while like that, advertising something that you're up to or just something different to show your super fans, I think is totally fine. I wouldn't do a whole bunch of them in a row, right? Space them out, like maybe every 10th one you can do a video like that. I'm kind of having a similar thought process to getting back into doing some how-to tutorial style videos, which I did a lot earlier on, but I think most of my current subscribers now aren't as interested in that as they are in my more advice type of videos when I'm chatting, going for walks and sharing my thoughts on what works, what doesn't work, and what I've noticed and things like this, right? Trying to help you and trying to help motivate you and things like that. I think most of the people who watch my channel now like that stuff. And that if I made a how-to video, you know, like when I made a how to set up your YouTube channel video, I think most of you already have your channel set up, so you wouldn't be interested in that. But is there a place for that video on my channel? I think there is. I think it'd be good for me to have that on my channel to kind of close some loops. Like some people might show up at my channel and they don't know how to set up a channel, so they'd like that I have it there. And that video like that could turn into an evergreen video that people could search for, and I could find new people, or new people could find my channel that way. My son just asked me, how big is the duffel bag you're bringing? I guess he's starting to pack. We're not leaving for over 24 hours. You can hold off. Are you in here, Liam? Are you watching? I'll answer him in a bit. All right, let's get back to the chat. See if you have any other questions. Amazing, thanks. The stats tracker would be great. I will download it. Perfect. I hope it helps. It's pretty simple. I did include a video with how to use it. It's just there's a couple of cells there that don't delete them because they're calculated cells. Yeah, but I find it helps me. I use it all the time. Okay, let's just do that. Where'd I go? Oh, that took me right to the top. All right, let's go right to the bottom and work our way back. Stevie B, I did request the tracker. I can't wait to get started. Cool. Just so you know, so sometimes the tracker, I've provided it in two formats. One is Google Sheets. That's actually what I use. But I also made it available as an Excel file. Either way, you can convert it to the other, whichever one you want to use. But if you want the Google Sheet, you should just be able to download it right away, or the Excel file. You don't need to request permissions and to link and all that stuff. I've opened it up to anybody with the link can download it. So that's the way that works. So yeah, if you've requested it, you should be able to download it now. You should have an email. I'm now pondering my misery story. So many to choose from. Am I jumping into the middle of a conversation again? And it shows in your videos. Yeah, see, that's what happens when I go backwards. I don't know what we're talking about. Super fans are still here. I appreciate you, Kate. Thank you. You've been here since the beginning, I think. 100%. I prioritize fun and enjoying the process over everything else because if it's not fun, then I wouldn't stay consistent. Yeah, it would be harder to stay consistent and to stick with it for sure if you weren't having fun. That's a big part of it. You have to have fun. You have to enjoy this. My Yard of Flowers. I finally caught your channel live. I am new YouTube channel. My Yard of Flowers. That sounds cool. That sounds cool. Good luck with it. Your new channel. How was your day, Rob? My day was fantastic. How was yours? Thank you for asking. Yeah, I believe you are in Europe somewhere, and you are 13 years old. You told us earlier. And yeah, I wrote it down. I'm going to find out if I'm allowed to bring underaged people into my lives. I don't know the answer to that. So I'll try to find out for the next time. Lori is still here. Awesome, Lori. Good to see you again. Zay, have you used AI to help create any of your content? Yes, but I will qualify that. I've never used AI to help generate images. I just, Canva is so easy, so why would I? Just Canva. My thumbnails are screenshots of me in my videos. Just grab a screenshot once I find a place that I like my expression in that part of the video. Grab a screenshot, throw it into Canva, add some text. Now, sometimes I will add a couple of effects to kind of brighten my face. Like, let's say it wasn't sunny or I was in the shade or something. I might have to brighten my face a little bit. I might do some of that. But that's pretty much all I do. So I don't use AI for images. What I use AI for, and it's just ChatGPT, that's really all I've used, is to have chats about what my videos are going to be about. And if I find a topic that I want to talk about, and if I feel like I can only think of 2 points to make in this, I want a third, I'll ask ChatGPT, and it'll help me with my bullet points. I don't get it to write scripts for me because I don't write scripts. I write bullet points. If sometimes I don't even do that now. Like now, I get a lot of my video ideas from you guys, from either these live streams, I might write a note down, or in the comments. I get a ton of ideas from the comments. I'll get questions, and if I get a question asked many, many times, I'll think, okay, I should make a video that answers this question, right? I'll do that. Or if I make a video, and this happened last week, the week before, I make a video, and let's say a lot of people don't agree with me, or it generates a lot of back and forth comments. I might make a follow-up video, and I did that was it last week or the week before? The follow-up video did better than the original video because I think I felt like a lot of people misunderstood the message I was trying to convey in my video, but that was an opportunity to make another video. So in that case, I did not have to use AI for that. I just had a title and I knew what I wanted to talk about, so I didn't even need bullet points. Just grabbed my camera, went outside, filmed it. What else do I use AI for? I use it for to help me with titles. If I come up with a title, I don't typically have the title fully nailed down when I go outside to make my video, but I'll have it 75% of the way there. And then what I'll do is when I come back and I know how I actually started the video, the intro and all that, I may tweak the title and I may ask ChatGPT for help with that. I'll say, this is what I think the title is going to be, but I'm not 100% happy with it. Can you give me 5 more choices? And then so I'll do that, go back and forth a couple times. Then I'll move on to the thumbnail and I'll say, all right, this is the title I'm going to use. I'm going to take a screenshot of myself on the trail for the thumbnail, and I'm going to have a, perplexed look on my face, right? Or a smile or whatever, looking off in the distance or whatever. I'll say that, and then I'll say, can you give me 5 choices for thumbnail text? Maximum 3 words or 4 words or whatever. And something else I wrote down from Brian is to try to trigger emotions. So I'll say that to ChatGPT. Well, actually, I don't normally say that. I got to remember to say that. But you want to try to trigger these emotions. This is what Brian talks about when he talks about thumbnails. Try to trigger desire or fear of missing out or fear or curiosity or how to get more views, or these are the kinds of things people want. So if you can kind of think about that and tell ChatGPT to think about that when coming up with the alternatives, that helps. I need a drink. That's all I use AI for. I don't go beyond that. So there you go. I hope that helped. Lindsay, how you doing, Lindsay? Good to see you. Hope we're here for a bit longer. Because I'm currently making popcorn. That sounds good. I'm getting a little hungry. It's 4:45 here. I could go for some popcorn. Yeah, we're going to be here for a little bit. Not taking off just yet. I have a meeting in a little over 2 hours, so I'm sorry, but I can't make this a 5-hour live stream. I hope you'll understand. Awesome. Your metrics at your fingertips. You don't have to pay some third party for that info. Yeah, it's a little, it takes a little bit of work because it's something, the one I showed you today, I would update it after every live stream. Okay, so, but I only just made it, so I'm only just getting going with that one. But the stats tracker that you can download, I update that every morning. That's just part of my morning routine. I'll check the stats, I'll enter it. It takes me 5 minutes. And yeah, then I can look at it at a glance, and I like that. I like to see things visually, and you can sometimes spot trends, right? Like you can see where things are increasing or decreasing or whatever, and yeah, visually. Like, so another thing about visually, when I'm making my thumbnails, I'll often open up my own channel in YouTube, and I'll go to my channel and I'll sort by videos, like latest. And I'll just see, okay, what were all my latest videos? Well, I'll show you. No, I'm not going to do that. I've done this before. I've got some audio issues if I do that. But I'll look and I'll think, okay, the last 8 videos I made were all outside on the trail. Time to change it up. Like visually, I want the channel to, give your audience something different every once in a while. Not the same thing all the time. There was a time last summer that I made every video for like a month, sitting in that chair back there with my cat when she cooperated. She didn't always cooperate. And then after a while, I started making outside videos. And I think the first video I made outside, after doing a whole bunch there, the outside one did better than I expected it to. And it was probably because I gave my viewers something different to look at, a different side of me, a different, outside walk and talk videos I think are fantastic anyways, because and I've talked to some people about this before. It's I liken it to eye candy. It's just something else to keep a viewer's attention. If you're walking, the background is changing constantly because you're walking, unless you're walking in circles. But right, so the background is changing. It's kind of the same thing, same effect as adding B-roll. Right. So if you're making a video where you're sitting at a chair and talking for 20 minutes. Your content better be very engaging if you want to keep people for that long. And if you feel like, there are times in the video where, I might need a little help to keep people around, there's a good time to throw in some B-roll. But if you're outside for a walk, you don't have to worry about that as much because things are changing all the time anyways. So just something to think about. I'm sorry. All your questions were missed today. You know what I'll do for you? I'm going to search for your name. Joanne. Wow. Okay, I'm not going to answer all of them, but let's see what you got here. I want to watch your whole Camtasia playlist, Rob. Haven't gotten around to it yet. No worries. Rob, do you go back and read chat for what you might have missed? Not always. I wish I had the time to do that. But I'm doing it right now for you. Let's see. I'm looking for a question for you. Meant to say email subscribers, email notes. I'm looking for a question, but I don't see. Oh, I love live. So much easier. Going live next Monday at 7. Awesome. I wish I could go to that one, but I can't because I'll be in Vancouver. Pick me. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's back when I was yeah. So, oh, here's a question from you. Here we go. Would love to have made my own jingle. Wondering what it would cost. To have your own jingle made? I don't know, but probably a lot. Maybe not though. I would, if I wanted to have a jingle, a custom jingle made for me. That's kind of a cute idea, but I would go to Fiverr, FIVERR.com, and search for that, because people go there and they do all kinds of odd jobs. Right? I did Fiverr before I got heavily into YouTube. And I was doing video editing jobs there, but there are people who do voiceover jobs, all kinds of different things. So, including making music. So that's what I would do. And you'll probably find prices all over the map, anywhere from, I'm guessing, $50 to $500, right? Or probably even more. I don't know. But yeah, good luck with that. Okay, so when I close that, hey, Uncle Rob, how you doing, Julio? Not really my nephew, I don't think, but you can call me Uncle Rob if you want. I'll respond to that. All right. Can you use AI for a jingle? You probably can. It's a wealthy life. Just use AI to generate it. AI can, there you go. Peanut runs the show. Not today, though. Peanut's not here today. Well, she was. I think she tried to, maybe she was the cause of me losing my internet. Yes, the outdoor background is nature's B-roll. 100%. I love it. All right. So you use YouTube Studio for your stats. Yes, I do. That's all I use. Just YouTube Studio. There's so much in there. There's so much in YouTube Studio that I don't use. Yeah, there's just a lot in there. All right. I made a late lunch. All right, scrolling. Kate loves ChatGPT. I had a philosophical discussion on several esoteric topics. It was enlightening conversation. Cue the Twilight Zone music. Yeah, you could talk to ChatGPT about anything, I think. I love using AI to create ideas for videos. 100%. It's a great, it's like an assistant you can bounce ideas off of. What do you think of this? What do you think of that? Now, I do find that it's very agreeable. Okay? It's, and maybe that's just because of the way I've been agreeable with it. I don't know, but I find it's very agreeable. It doesn't ever tell me, oh my God, Rob, that's a horrible idea. I've never really heard that. So I guess keep that in mind. Val, how you doing, Val? How many external monitors do you use? So is this working today? Let's try the phone thing. So my Stream Deck's not working, but I haven't tried the phone today. There we go. Okay, this is what I got going on. So MacBook, that's running my Ecamm Live. There's the Twilight Zone effect. So I got my MacBook. I've got my main monitor, the 4K monitor. Call that the area where I got a bunch of stuff going on. I'm looking at my stats. I've got File Manager open, or Finder, ChatGPT, some audio stuff. And then down here so I have two external monitors, my MacBook and two external monitors. This is just a cheap one. This is, I think it was $120 or something, just a very thin, basically a laptop monitor extension. That's the monitor I share. When I share my my screen, that's the one I share. Okay, so that's it. Two external ones. At one point I had three. I had another one way over here, but I didn't need that. Let's turn that off and go back to my main camera. There we go. So yep, that's what I have going on. Let's get current again here. I'm bouncing all over the place today with the live chat. So I know I'm missing all kinds of stuff, and I apologize for that, but it is what it is. What can I say? I'm sorry. If anything doesn't get answered in this live that you need an answer for, when the live stream is over, you can ask it in the comments below or in the comments of any of my videos. I answer all comments. If they're questions, I answer them all. Sometimes if it's just like, a heart or just like a 1 or 2 word thing, I may not answer that. I'll just give it a heart back. Yeah, you can always ask there. Barb is here. How you doing, Barb? Good to see you. You're recording, but getting worried your channel will morph from its original vision. Ambivalent, but pushing on. Any advice on my doing an intro live or video explaining this? A Grow With Me video? 100%. I mean, any advice on doing that? Just do it. Just do it. Go live. I would encourage you, I don't know if Brooke is still here, but she was here earlier. Check out her channel, and she first went live, I think she said 6 weeks ago. And look at her first one. And just for inspiration, look at my first one. Now that was 4 years ago, but if you go to my channel and go to the live tab and go all the way down or sort by oldest first, and watch my first one, just for inspiration, just to see how rough around the edges it could be, and just have fun with it. That's really all I can suggest. But it's a lot of fun, and I bet you'd enjoy it. And it's a great way. It's a really good way to help boost your channel. If you're making videos, the two of them go hand in hand in promoting each other. One lives promote your other videos and so on. So I encourage you to go for it. Brooke is still here. Hey, Brooke. Rob, will you wear your merch while on vacation? And a Vancouver vacation video sounds amazing, although kind of off theme for you. Nice setup there. Your studio definitely looks pro. Yeah. I don't have merch. Maybe someday I will. I don't know. Should I make mugs with peanut on it or something? I don't know. Or a hat? Might be a little corny, but t-shirts? I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? That's the thing. You can do anything. Like that is one thing you could do. That's an avenue you could go down. If for those of you who want to look for another revenue stream, or that could be a main revenue stream for you if you want. Like merchandise is a great way. But I was going to say, you said nice setup, and yeah, I like it. It's great. But sometimes I feel like, and I didn't realize this until last summer, the first time I did a behind the scenes video, and that is most of the people who watch my content are beginners. They're just starting out and they're looking for help to get going, and that's what I'm trying to do, trying to help. And what I found, what somebody once told me was, as soon as I turned my camera around and showed what I've got going on here, some people got very discouraged. It's like, oh my, I don't have anywhere near that kind of stuff. I guess I can't do this. And so that's why I guess in one breath, like I have no problem sharing whatever I've got going on and the things that I do and the equipment I use. But in the same breath, you don't need any of this. And I can't stress that enough. All you need is your phone. It'd be nice if it was on a tripod that you could hold, and a mic that can handle some wind noise, right? That's really all you need. I feel like you have to edit your videos. Some people don't, but I don't think I would ever not edit a video. And when I say edit, all it has to be is chop off the beginning where you were trying to get started and chop off the end when you reached up and hit stop, and maybe the odd mistake out of the middle. Get rid of those. That's really all you have to do. But there's free video editing programs. If you're a Mac user, you can use iMovie to do that. You can use CapCut's free version to do that on a Mac or a PC. DaVinci Resolve has a free version. Now that's a little more complicated program, but it'll do a lot of stuff. So that's all you need. And YouTube itself is free. So Canva is free. The free version is probably all you need to make thumbnails. So that's all you need. That is all you need. So that's why, yeah, when I show people, oh yeah, I've got the microphone up here, I've got these lights, got multiple monitors. Now, having a second monitor is a huge advantage when you're going live, but it's not necessary. I like having at least a second monitor so that I can have my Ecamm Live going on one, and then my second monitor is the one that I will share if I want to share my screen, because I often will share my screen and show you how to do something, or show you something in a, on YouTube or whatever, YouTube Studio, my stats tracker, all that stuff. So I like a second monitor for that. And if you want to take it a step further, if you have a third monitor, then you can have all the stuff going on up there while keeping this. Anyway, I'm getting complicated, and I didn't mean to, but that some of the things I think about. Left for a bit to work out. You guys are still here. Yes, we are. Thanks for coming back. Stephen, thank you. Is it wise to remix shorts out of longer videos? You certainly can, and I have. But I didn't do it myself. I just used Opus Clip. You can upload a long form video that you feel might have some good clips in it, and just tell Opus Clip to find me some good clips, and it'll create 10 to 20 clips with, the highlighting captions and the whole bit. It's great for that. So that's all I've done. The shorts that you see on my channel, that's how I made them. And it literally took me 15 minutes to make like 20 shorts. And that could be 20 days worth if I wanted to upload them one a day, right? But I feel like, I've done it a few times for branding purposes. That's it. My shorts don't help with the growing of the channel. I don't feel like it does anyways in my case. Maybe for some it would. I feel it does help with branding a little bit, so that's it. So I kind of wanted to have some there, but it's not a big part of my strategy. It may be a bigger part of somebody else's though. I'm not putting them down. It's just shorts and long form videos they serve two totally different audiences. I mean, they may be interested in the same types of things, but if you're watching shorts, like for me, if I'm relaxing, I may lay down on the couch or in the chair or whatever, and I may be scrolling through Instagram Reels or YouTube Shorts, right? If I see something I really like, it's rare that I will subscribe from seeing a short. What I'll often see is shorts from people I'm subscribed to, which is cool. But more often than not, the way those algorithms work is if you watch a whole lot of funny cat videos, you're going to be presented with a lot more funny cat videos. I've never subscribed to any of them. So it's not like I'm helping grow their channel. They're making videos. They're probably specializing in shorts. That's how they're growing their channel. Whereas long form is a totally different game. You earn revenue differently than with shorts. And I believe a lot easier to earn revenue from longs than shorts. But again, that's me. But yeah, you could do that. I wouldn't myself expect to get a whole lot of growth from doing shorts if your focus is longs. So, but that's my take on it. Some channels request questions, question marks in front of questions because easier to notice. Just an idea from Hurricane Live Streams with meteorologists here in Florida. Okay, well, yeah, basically if I see like 3 big Qs is what I usually tell people to put, or 3 question marks, then it might be easier for me to see. But I'm still going to miss some. I apologize. Be kind to our future overlord. Yep, just go for it, Barb. 100%. I binged many of your videos but missed your live. Thank you, Rob. Yes, I think I'm just succumbing to intimidation. It's normal, Barb. It is totally normal. I went through it. I think everybody goes through it. But all I can say is when I finally did it, I was so glad that I did. And I wished that I had started sooner. I wished that I had started sooner. It's like, 3 years wasted. I could have, now, not wasted because I was editing videos. I was still practicing, right? I was learning things. But there does come a point in time where you got to stop being a consumer and start being a creator, because there is a difference. You can blow 8 hours a day watching YouTube videos, and there comes a point in time where, I think of the brain as like a hard drive, and especially as I get older, like the hard drive's filling up, right? Like if I want to put more stuff in there, I'm going to have to start deleting stuff to make room for the new stuff. And if you spend all your time learning and watching videos, and you're just cramming stuff in there, you're going to forget some of the stuff that went in there before, like last week, last month, last year. So, and the best way to learn, honestly, is not from watching people like me and Brian and Brooke and Ty and creators, and it's just to do it. Now, I don't want you to stop watching my videos or my live streams or participating. I feel like we're all kind of supporting one another in here. And, but no, at some point, just shut off that YouTube and turn on that camera and talk to it and post it and laugh at it. Right? If you're laughing at yourself, and I'm not just talking to you, Barb, not singling you out, but anybody, if you watch your video back and you either laugh or cry or whatever you do, I choose laughter at myself, then I'm laughing at myself. Then if somebody else wants to laugh at my videos, which is rare, I mean, happens, but typically other people are not that concerned with how you look and sound and what you're talking about, and they're not at that level concerned about your video, not the same level as you are. But if anyone wants to laugh at any of my videos, even my earlier ones, I've already laughed at it. So now we're laughing together. Ha ha ha, it's a big joke. We're all laughing together. I'm in on the joke, right? So I don't ever feel like I'm being laughed at because I'm laughing with you. So that's the way I feel. I feel like if you can somehow, and everybody's different, but if you can somehow look at it that way, it would make it easier. And, but yeah, I just saw in the chat here, Peace Talks, you can do it. I thought I said just do it, but same thing. You can do it. Just do it. You got it. Question from Ben Gibson. How you doing, Ben? What key light are you using here? Not using the softbox behind you. The 1080p live stream looks amazing on our TV. Cool. Yeah. So all my videos are 4K, or they have been for the last year. But my live streams are 1080p. I don't know that anybody streams at 4K. That's kind of overkill, and you'd need a good internet connection to be able to do that. So my streams are 1080p. Thank you. If it looks great, awesome. Appreciate that. The key light I use is just a cheap. Yeah, no, I'm not using that softbox back there. That is an example. That right there is an example of something that I would not buy if I were to do it over again. It's great. It's a great light. It really is. Gives off great light, but it was not cheap. I mean, I think the softbox itself might have been 150 or 200 bucks. The light itself is an Amaran 60D, I think it's called. That was 300 or 400 bucks. I can't remember. Not as much as some of the more expensive ones, but still, for me, that, and then 100 bucks maybe for that grid that's on it. So that system there is I don't know, what does that all add up to? $700 or something like that. What I'm using here is a Neewer 18-inch LED panel light. I got one here, I have one here. The two of them come together in a kit for around 200 bucks. And that kit includes the two lights, the two stands, the plugs so you can plug them into the wall, and the lights are also able to accept battery packs in the back if you wanted to take it outside somewhere and didn't have power. Okay, so that, I mean, if you think this looks okay, it's because of these cheap lights. I mean, 200 bucks is not cheap, but, and I think that was Canadian. I want to say it was 230 Canadian, so maybe 180 US-ish, something like that. Yeah. Do I look better when I'm filmed with that one? So the last video I made, I filmed myself with that one because I have it set up over there. That's the only reason. Again, if I didn't have that, I would probably move one of these. Well, I have three of these. There's another one. I've got this. That's what it is. So I've got one of these as my key light, one is the fill light, and this third one that I sometimes use back there as an additional light. And also, I have that one only on at 10% and that one at 1%. So just so that it's a little bit darker over here, if I turn that off, that's all it does, the fill light. If I turn that one on and that one off, that is only the fill light. Okay, just give you an idea. Why is this one even on? Turn that off. I hope that helped, Ben. William will always treat computers nicely. I think that's smart. Who knows where AI is going, right? Oh, David will buy a shirt. Should I make shirts with Peanut's face on it, maybe, or my face, like big eyes, right in the middle of the shirt? I don't know. I've never really don't know if I have the design or the thought process for making merch. I don't know what would work. Aussie English with Steph. How you doing, Steph? Good to see you here. You're in Australia, so it is, what is it? It must be early morning for you. It's already Wednesday. You're in the future. I've got to fly to Vancouver on Wednesday. You're already there. The robots might turn on us. We should be polite. Yes, absolutely we should. All you need is your phone, 100%. I feel like I scream this from the mountaintops all day long. So I'm glad you stressed that point again, Rob. Yeah, I'm a big believer in that. And you know what? When I first started, so I bought this camera 4 years ago, the A6400, and the lens. The camera and the lens together, something like, $1,400, something like that, US, roughly. So again, I probably wouldn't have bought that. I should have just started with my phone. That's all I needed. Again, I have this now, so I use it, and I like the picture. I like this lens. Gives the blurry background and all that. But do I need it? No. But I do like it. Where was I going with that? I don't know. Oh, yeah. When I first got the camera and I opened up the book, it's like, oh, my God. Like, there's a lot to this. Like, look at all the buttons. Look at all the menus. There's like 25 menus, each with like 10 things to do. I'm not a photographer, and I was overwhelmed. So I have this set up to work here. I think I've got auto white balance on, but I've got a pretty controlled room anyways, with blackout curtains, so I can film here daylight or night. It still looks the same in here. I don't use the S-Log color profile and all that. It's just set to regular or normal, autofocus, all that. It's all set up good. If I were to take it outside, I'd have to change a bunch of stuff, and I'd have to learn a bunch of stuff to change it to the way it should be changed to. And it's a roadblock. It's a barrier for me. It was a barrier. So when I made my first video outside, which was last September, I think I had just finished a run, and I had my phone with me, and I had my AirPods, and I made that video where I suggested 3 creators you should you should check out. And that was Kevin Colby, Alexa Serenoya, and Virginia Kerr. Made that video after a run, and I run with my phone. I have my phone with me when I run because my music comes from the phone. I got my AirPods. That's how I run or walk. I had it with me, and I thought, let's just make a video. I didn't even have a tripod for that one. And it was good. It worked out. I think the mic sound wasn't good. I did not have my DJI mic at the time. It just I thought it was using the AirPods mic, but it was using my iPhone mic. But that didn't matter. Like, the people didn't mind that it wasn't perfect because they liked the content. And I learned a lesson from that. It's the content that matters. And I don't need to not make videos outside because I don't know how to set up this camera here for outside filming, changing the white balance and changing all this and that. I don't have to worry about that. I can just grab my phone because I know with my phone, all I have to do is press video. Oh, I'll make sure it's 4K, 30 frames per second. I got that. And then go to video and record. That's it. That's all you have to do. It makes it super easy. So anyways, yep, Brooke, we're on the same page. That's all you need is your phone. Ronald Broad, greetings from Germany. Good to see you again. Good to see you too, Ronald. Thanks for stopping in. We're starting to add people. Actually, should be adding people the other way as the day gets longer. We're 3 hours and 15 minutes now. Brooke, you're getting some new subscribers. Now that I'm getting super into live streaming, though, I would love a second monitor for sure. Yeah, look up. Well, mine is the InnoView. Yeah, that's all It's just a cheap little panel one that I can take to Vancouver with me or wherever. Like, it's the same size as the laptop, so it'll fit in my laptop bag with my laptop. It folds up. It's thin. Yeah, you just USB-C from your computer to that, and then plug that into the wall if you want it brighter. If you don't care about the brightness, you don't even have to plug it into the wall. But I have it into the wall. And I think it was, I want to say it's $150 US. Not like several $100s for good monitors. Monitors. I'm starting to slur my words and this is just water, just so you know. This isn't a dock party. This is just flavored water. Getting tired, I guess. YouTube offers suggested thumbnails that are pretty good for beginners. It does. I don't think you have control over what it suggests, though. It'll give you 3 choices if you don't upload one yourself. Yeah, everyone has a phone, right? Phone, tripod, a Joby tripod. That's what this is. That's a Joby Gorilla Pod, I think it's called. DJI wireless microphone, about $100. Okay, yeah. You can buy the DJI mic now, just one mic. I went and got the one that has 2 mics, and I have taken advantage of that. I made a video with my daughter, and she wore one and I wore one. So did we do that? Yeah, we did it that way. But yeah, you can get that now with just the one mic, and you can get the mic mini now too, which is even less cost. All right. Let's. Rob the Maritimer got me off the ground. Would be great for your t-shirts and other merch. Rob the Maritimer got me off the ground. Oh, I see what you're saying. Ah, all right. Hello? Hello? I think I'm back. If you guys can hear me, he's back, y'all. Oh, my Lord. I'm back for a good time, not a long time. How's that? What song is that from? That's Trooper. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. Trooper, great Canadian band. If you guys don't know them, you should look them up. Santa Maria. Anyways, I don't know where I was, and this might crap out again, so I should probably wrap this up. I think I was, I had Brooke up there. So twice today, and I'm surprised that, so I closed Ecamm Live once it stopped working, and I was about to restart my computer, but then internet was gone. But then I went to YouTube Studio again, and it said I was still live. It's like, what? I'm still live. So anyways, I opened up Ecamm Live again, and here I am. Oh my, warts and all today. All kinds of mistakes going on today. So have a time. The sun don't have a good time. The sun don't shine every day. You got it, Kate. You know them. Love that. Great summer music. That whole album. What is it called? Trooper Hot Shots. Love it. Reminds me of the 90s. I made a video about a girl called Emily who has streamed the past 3.5 years, night and day on Twitch. Wow. Awesome, Karen. Cool. You take care and have a beautiful holiday. Lovely to see all these people here. Thank you, Lindsay. You take care too. I will have a good time. We're going to golf twice, maybe see some big trees. There's a gondola, apparently, from the peak of Whistler Mountain to the peak of Blackholm. I think we're going to, although I hate heights, but hey, what are you going to do? You live once, right? Might get some cool video shots from up there. Hot Shots, is that, you know what? I confuse it. 10 Big Ones was a Doug and the Slugs album. That's what that, I don't know if are they Canadian? I don't remember. But Hot Shots, that's what it is, by Trooper. Hot Shots. Awesome. Awesome songs. Chat held it together. You know what? I got to give you guys props. There's down to 67 people here, but I'm impressed there's still that many after over 3 hours. And then I disappear for 5 minutes, and you guys are still all here. I really appreciate you guys. This is awesome. I love this community we're growing. No problem, Barb. You're so close to getting off the ground. I can taste it. Have a great vacation with Liam. I will. Thank you very much. Yes, you are close. You're close. Just do it, Barb. Do it. And let me know when you have so I can go check it out. Thank you, Kate. Our Zopa monitor works great and cheap. Our Zopa, yeah, mine is called InnoView. INNOVIEW. The InnoView monitor. 1080p monitor is what it is. It's not one that's got awesome I mean, it looks great to me. It looks great. It looks fine. I edit on this sometimes. Yeah, no, it's fine. If I do any editing in British Columbia, I will do it on that because I'm not taking this big monitor, just my laptop and this little one. Okay. Cheers, Brooke. See you later. Thanks for stopping in today, and thanks for having me on your live stream yesterday. That was fun. Ginny Shoot, what live stream are you using, Rob? I am live streaming from Ecamm Live. Ecamm Live is the software I'm using. It runs on a Mac. It doesn't have a Windows version, so if you have a Mac, it's an option for you. Other options, OBS is a free one that a lot of people use. That works on Mac or PC, OBS. StreamYard is a nice, easy solution that a lot of people like. That is browser-based, so you don't need to download software. You just log into a StreamYard account, and that's a good one too. That'd be my second favorite. I like StreamYard and I like Ecamm Live. It's been shown that thumbnails with peeps in bikinis get more clicks. Good luck, peeps. I don't know. If you're suggesting at all that I wear a bikini for a thumbnail, it's not going to happen. I'm not going to do that. I came back from the meeting at work and you were still here. Wow. Yeah. You know what, though? I should probably go. Thanks for coming back. But, yeah, I should probably go soon. Kind mind. That's what I'm doing wrong. Oh, Kind Mind is the one that said to wear bikinis. Yeah, well, I'm not going to wear a bikini. I have a question. Please, can I upload like 15 videos at a time and schedule them after 22 days? Will it hurt my channel or growth? Thanks. You can absolutely upload a bunch and schedule them out over 22 days. Sure. No problem. That won't... YouTube doesn't even know until it actually goes public that your video's been uploaded. I mean, I guess technically it knows because you've uploaded it there, but it doesn't push it out to anybody. It doesn't do any advanced learning about it or anything like that. The magic of YouTube and the algorithm happens once it gets published publicly, and people can find it and see it and search for it and stuff like that. So yeah, you can make as many as you want and schedule them all out if you want. Absolutely. Thanks, Rob. I use StreamYard. I'm used to it now. I'm an old hat, still learning stuff. Yep, we're all in the same boat there, still learning stuff. I'm learning stuff about Ecamm today. Oh, Tom, what is your Mac model or specs for editing 4K? So what I have, that's a good question because that I sometimes forget that you need a half decent computer in order to edit 4K, especially longer 4K videos smoothly. So my Mac is a 2021, and I think I bought it in 2023. I've had it for 2 years. So it was 2 years old. I didn't buy it used. I bought it from Apple, but it was a 2-year-old version. So anyway, it's an M1 MacBook Pro Max. MacBook, how do you say it? MacBook Pro with an M1 Max chip is what it is, what I have. 2 terabyte hard drive, 32 gigs of RAM. Is that all I have to say? I think that defines it. Oh, well, there's something about core. There's two different versions depending on how many cores you have. I forget. I think they're both good though. Once you're the M1 any MacBook with the M1 chip and newer, like the silica-based chips, I think they're up to M4 now. They're all really good. Like this MacBook, all the things it's doing, right? The mic input, this camera, sometimes two cameras, the Stream Deck that's not working today, the two external monitors, the wireless mouse and keyboard, wirelessly connecting my phone as another camera, streaming, all that it's doing, the fan doesn't even come on. Like it is quiet. It's as if I have nothing on in this room. No noise. That's what I did not like about my PC that I had, the tower that my son helped build for me. He's a gamer and gaming computers tend to be good for video editing too. So, but it was a tower PC with fans running. It sounded like an airplane was starting up in my office when I booted it up. Before it was even doing anything, the fan was going crazy. So I love that this is super quiet. Now, sometimes the fan will come on when I'm rendering a long video, but not that much. Like I make 40-minute long 4K videos where the fan doesn't come on. Sometimes it does, but I'd say I hear my fan maybe once every 2 to 3 weeks. That's it. So I love how quiet it is. 4-hour live stream. Yep. Farrier Trails, 4 hours. Yeah. I'm running out of gas though. I'm running out of gas. I'm about to wrap this up. Catherine's got new subscribers too. I always do when I watch your live, Rob. Cool. Awesome. Awesome. You're late today due to a doctor's appointment. That's okay. You'll be able to watch it on the replay. I'm about to end this one here. You've been here for 4 hours. What a trooper. Thank you very much. Guys, I got to go. I got to go get something to eat and think about what I'm going to pack. So yeah, so just to wrap up, I may or may not be able to live stream next Tuesday because I'm not going to be here. If I do, it's either going to be from a hotel or a mountaintop out in British Columbia. I'm assuming there's good internet cell service at the top of a mountain, but who knows? I have no idea. I've never been there, so I might do that. I hope to have a video out. If I don't release it tomorrow, it'll be Thursday. Don't even know what that's going to be about yet. I might wake up tomorrow morning and figure it out, make it, upload it, and then fly to BC. So that's it. Thank you for putting up with all the things today. We tried some new things. I had some people on live today. I had Jason from Moncton, New Brunswick, another Maritimer. I had Brooke from Wisconsin. She was on live as well. You guys, go live. Like, do a live stream. And if you're going to do that, let me know. And I'll do what I can to join you in your live stream. All right? That's fun. I did that with 3 other people the last couple of days and had a lot of fun. So there you go. Thanks for watching. And yeah, I'm running out of things to say. Go figure. Have a great day. See you next time. Bye.